Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another day here at the TI-10 group stages. I'm ODPixel here with Fogdown, and we're getting ready for our first game of the day on this stream, which is going to be
Undying
versus Alliance. And both teams are ready to go. We're just about to load in. What have we got from these teams so far? What's the status for Alliance and Undying in these groups, Fogdown?
Not too bad. Yeah, Alliance picked it up yesterday. They ended 2-2. They won 1-1 with EG. Then they went 1-1 with which actually team was it? I can't remember which one it was. It was Aster at the end of the day there, because Aster did have white albums, so they looked a lot better. Undying, 4-game win streak. Actually, 5-game win streak. Sorry.
Ooh,
yeah, so a lot better. However, they did play some of the weaker teams.
Okay.
Of course, they did play Thunder Predator. They played. I mean, I want to say weaker teams, but they did play Aster, who did, of course, have white albums, so they look better. But they took a game off IG, and we did cast that one, which was a kind of a bit of a weird game.
That was the game where
Tomato went absolutely bonkers on Spectre.
Yes,
he went like 20-17 or something like.
And IG, they went with the that wasn't the Pudge game, was it?
It was the Wraith King game.
It was the Wraith King game.
Yeah, the Pudge was the Aster game.
That was the Aster game. But indeed, so trying some different stuff in that one. But so coming into this, Alliance versus Undying, I guess from what you're saying, performance-wise, Undying probably coming in with the edge, right? You know, they're on a bit of a streak.
I guess in that,
Alliance,
I would say that.
finding their footing. We'll see if they can knock Undying off this win streak that they're on right now.
Yeah. Before, I guess, like before yesterday, before Undying gets the win streak, I still would have Alliance a little bit more favored, but not too much. I'm actually like a 55-45 kind of guy for these teams right now. Maybe I'll give Alliance a little bit more. Maybe like 60-ish.
I mean, when you look at these teams, would you say sort of the Alliance has sort of been performing at the level that you expected, and Undying has been sort of performing more or better than you expected coming into this? I mean,
no, about 5 seconds. About it, I would say just about as expected. I know some people were really on the Undying train. I was not really so much after watching them inside of DPC. Alliance, I mean, they're just they do a lot of the same stuff. So I'm looking to see a little bit more ingenuity out of them. I want to see some newer, more experimenting. Even though this is TI, so maybe not so much, but you've had a lot of time building up to it. So let's see what they got.
I'm interested here as well. So Alliance, this first ban Silencer. We know that they play it. We saw them have a great game on it the other day with Limp playing it in the mid. Is this something that Undying in particular have been playing as well? I mean, it is. So these are these pretty much the only two teams where Silencer actually might come up in their first picks and bans. So these are the two teams where you fear the Silencer the most from.
Probably. They're the teams that have shown that they'll pick it very early on, especially Undying. They love like Sand King and Silencer. They're big ET fans because they've got Dubu. So I'm a big fan of them because ET. I'm always happy about that.
And what do you want to get with your ET? Your Weaver?
I mean, it's very good versus the IO, so it's a possibility.
Yeah. 10 seconds remaining.
I mean, of course.
Then the question is like most of these teams that pick IO first, they IO Storm from what I've seen now. We haven't been seeing like the IO Gyro first too. They usually IO Storm, then they'll pick their carry kind of later on. So you might want to think about that, and I think that's why they go for this Lina.
Oh yeah, ET Lina. All right.
So I think they like move the priority up because they're like, all right, well Storm's probably gonna get picked here, and we want someone that can do very well in the lane versus that Storm.
But you think if you're Alliance and you wanted to pick Storm, you'll still pick the Storm if that was your plan. Like Lina, you don't go, Lina, even though you're gonna get beating around a bit in the lane. It's you're not necessarily going to be guaranteed to put you off from still picking that.
Yep. I think something else they could do is, if you don't want it to get banned, is you just maybe, I mean, you don't want to show your carry probably right away, so I'm just not going to say it. But I was going to say just like you Sven, because then you don't care about ET, the aura never matters and stuff like that, and you already have your your core pick, but maybe you just don't want to reveal it so early on. Go ahead and just do the Mars. Okay.
Going with the Mars. As we say, being picked a lot. Not a great win rate. I mean, are you one of those people that say you can't really read too much into that? I mean, is that saying that the hero's bad, or do you think it's like a lot of other reasons why the win rate's not good? Is it that there's not two great teams playing it?
I don't really want to be so flamey, but Thunder Predator picked it 4 games in a row.
Okay.
So they lost all 4
but
games.
To be fair to Thunder Predator, well, there's been a lot of other teams that have also lost with Mars.
Absolutely.
But
that doesn't hurt, right? That doesn't help, right? 4 games in a row where they lost it, where they first picked it.
So like, do you feel that the hero is kind of a little overrated by these teams, or?
I think people just are putting it out on they're leaving it out on an island and not picking the combos as much as I'd like. Like I saw
where's
IG,
the Willows?
IG did the Mars Phoenix, and they crushed with Mars Phoenix in 2 of the games that they played. And I believe that was versus. I mean, I don't remember who was first, but it was versus a very good team. So.
Yeah, we're not really seeing any sort of fears coming out with the combo, or.
I want more combo play.
Yeah, you're right.
But I
Mars
think the hero's
Phoenix
still good.
Beautiful.
Yeah. definitely still think the hero's good. Probably not this game.
No,
you
not
know, the
against
Phoenix is Alina. Even though you can protect it, you can absorb the hits and all that from Mars, which is potential to maybe
still
go
risky.
for it. Still a bit risky, for sure.
Yeah, Alina can pick up
10 seconds remaining.
I've seen what some sort of bots, BKB, Blink, Leaners,
And
you know,
I guess
all over the place.
I guess also the thing about Phoenix, he does actually have a pretty good win rate at this tournament, but Snapfire is the most picked hero at this tournament.
Snap's still in the draft here.
That's probably, I would imagine Alliances could still be considering that, because that's a strong lane.
Yes,
Mars
and then that's
that's
a good combo.
That's a good combo.
Arena and the kisses, absolutely.
And it's really nice versus heroes like ET Lina. If you have Snapfire, you have free 4 staff too. You have Cookie.
Oh yeah.
You know, there's chain stun coming out. You Cookie the guy
combo.
out of position, move him out of splitter, something like that.
Yeah,
5
you're right.
seconds remaining.
We might. I wouldn't be surprised to see the snap ban here in the second phase.
Yeah,
it's not really a surprising hero that's coming out.
Yeah, more so probably Undying banning it out. And the other thing about Undying is too, Earthshaker's still in the pool. The hero that they're very comfortable with. Moon Meander had an excellent performance on it when he had the
You think they want to take it here as well? Yeah, for sure. Undying. Again, so over on the side of Alliance, that could be warranted ban here. They are looking towards that offlane. They'll take away the Night Stalker first, but yeah, could very much be the likelihood that the Shaker will be there to follow. Undying could be also thinking of those other IO pairings as you were mentioning. I mean, I think you bang on. Sven definitely feels good against the opening here from Undying. High HP against the burst of Lina, and as you say, having that
5 seconds
that way to sort of counteract the debuff of the spirit.
Yeah, maybe they'll probably wait to see maybe, I guess, what offlaner they're playing against before they really want to pick their carry, or maybe see what carry they're playing against before they go for it. So we'll see for that one there. Tidehunter's still in the pool too. I mean, we still have quite a bit of some more bans and some time left, but another super popular hero.
That's true. I mean, yeah, when you see Io Mars, you know, as Moon said, I want to play the Tide.
Tide looks
want
better.
to play the Shaker. Yeah, the Tide might be.
Alliance's turn to ban.
And they're taking out Weaver, hero that's pretty good in the lane versus it.
Well, that's the Alliance. They're very much looking towards the offlaners here. Beastmaster, Night Stalker. Yeah, the Shaker or the Tide could be
10 seconds remaining.
Could be one to take away, and I think you're right. The Tide definitely the one that's going to stand out the most here.
It's like, or you give the Tide, and then it's an Io Mars pairing, right? And then you have a Disruptor or something that you pick up for Alliance, because Disruptor is another hero that's hot on the menu because Tidehunter's becoming so much more popular.
Yeah, really, Disruptor and Doom, right, seem to have just risen up in value because of the Tide meta.
Undying's turn to ban.
So take out this. That makes sense too. After what we saw.
Well,
from
he
Tomato.
went like what 26-0-12 or something. He had an insane KDA.
Absurd score
in that game the other day. So yeah, some respect for Tomato.
Always good to protect your IO. So they've taken out like 3 of those obnoxious vision heroes that get into the backline very easily. The Spectre, the Night Stalker, the Beastmaster.
5 seconds remaining.
I see Undying. I want to look more towards those carries. But yeah, definitely going to have a good pick for the offlane here, Moon. I don't think he's going to be too upset about the bans. I mean, us Beast and Night Stalker are strong. I think Moon's going to have more fun playing the Shaker or the Tide anyway, so he'll be happy.
Well, he'd play the Shaker, right? Because Saberlight's the 3.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah.
I've been hoping we've seen more. We would get to see more of the actual 3-position Shaker. I've only got to see 11.
Well, old 11 was popping it off on the offlane, yeah.
He was just bullying people. So yeah, okay, they'll ban this Fed. I think that was the most obvious one, and they're gonna get themselves a nice Sankey. All right. Okay. So a good little pairing there. Some nice
way to jump in and start things off.
Yep. And it's a hero that can break out of Mars.
Yeah.
If you get caught inside of it, you can Burrow Strike out, which is always really nice.
That's very true.
10 seconds remaining.
Something to combo nicely with the Arena.
A lot of team fight already
5
coming out.
seconds
Undying's got a ton of it. Ton of damage, too.
I mean, are you picking your carry now, do you think? Are you a little concerned of what's... You know, you don't want to leave it to the last pick, do you, if you're Alliance?
You know what you're leaning into, you just don't know your core-to-core matchup. I think I'd like them to just pick that secondary support.
Is it still for the snaps good?
Yeah, I could see it. I could definitely see it. How strong do they want the lane to be too? Because where they send the IO. They're gonna go Nyx.
Pretty good Nyx game.
Looks nice.
Yeah,
I love
nice.
Nyx versus ET is great. Nyx versus Sanking is always pretty decent.
Undying.
Just walk into the obnoxious sandstorm, just click E. You see him right away.
All right, there's the carry.
Okay.
Gyro.
So more normal.
Yeah, I mean this is a really nice draft here from Alliance.
Yep.
You got the Gyro IO and Mars to set up the team fight, and Nyx to mess with all three of the heroes that Undying have picked so
10
far.
seconds remaining.
Very annoying Nyx assassin game for sure.
And what? It's going to be a Nyx 5 4 IO.
Remaining.
Yeah.
And then they've got the melee. They've got the melee 5 with the range core, which is pretty nice.
Faceless
It's going to be a Void quick pick from
I like it. I mean, you always want to
great combo plays. Yeah. So much team fight on Undying.
Void
it's
ET.
actually insane.
I love it. Every time I see ET, I'm feeling that the Void's going to be in favor, and it's also one of those carries that's is a little slippery for the Mars to get the catch on with the arena.
Yeah,
jumping all over the shop.
Alliance is going to have to watch out for the straight up 5 versus 5s already at this point.
Sure, the team
they're going to have to just play like some split off game. They're going to have the number advantage. Otherwise, if it's a straight 5v5 for most of this game, it's going to be a bit complicated for them. It's going to have to be some pick off with the Nyx assassin or some pick off with Mars into a follow up afterwards. But BKB is also very valuable for them still at this point, even though there's a Void. All the rest of the damage that's going to be thrown into Chrono right now is, for the most part, that magic.
So what do we get for Limp in the mid? You know, you see the
remaining.
Void.
I like Death Prophet.
5 seconds remaining.
Personally, I don't think it's a hero that many people are really looking at so much, but it's a Limp special.
Alliances
And
turn to
I'm a big fan of Death Prophet right now. You're versus Sanking and Void. The silence is just crippling versus Void.
With this Veno here, is that something Limp would play mid, or are they assuming like maybe the Mars is going to be mid?
That's a pretty good question. Yeah, I guess they're probably assuming that the Mars is mid.
Because Limp has done mid Mars, right?
Sure has.
10 seconds
He will do
remaining.
that. And as the lane goes, I guess
5 seconds
Mars does alright
remaining.
against Lina. Or is it still super rough?
Probably does. I mean, maybe a little bit. Okay.
Tanky,
You
can you
tank,
cut the wave?
You tank out.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the matchup too many times, to be honest with you. I'm not too sure. But he can probably tank up and just sustain. Lina probably comes out ahead, but Mars probably still farms just fine.
And do you reckon what Alliance?
Undying's turn to ban.
Banning the Razor. It's a good ban. Constant gyrocopter.
Well, what's the assumption there then? That the Lina's
just going to be a support with the Sanking. It's just going to be a 4-position Lina.
That is indeed a classic
Yeah.
lane. And yeah, Razor against the Gyro would have been quite new to see.
10
But it
seconds
looks like both
remaining.
teams sort of playing some mind games.
They definitely
Or
are.
fe-
They're both
feeling that
flexing.
they're
both
feeling
like
that
seeing
each
which one.
team is playing some mind
remaining.
games around what's actually going to go mid here.
Yeah, this is cool. I like this a lot.
Alliances turn
And they're still
to
thinking,
pick.
full out. They're trying to protect the Void. Those are the two
Yeah,
heroes that Void
they
hates
really
the lane
do.
verse.
They're
Veno
making
more
sure.
than anything, but
I mean, what do you go with? If you're Alliance, are you putting the Mars mid, or are you picking someone else for Limp?
I really like
10
Death Prophet.
seconds
I want them to have a little bit
remaining.
more. The reason I say it is because I want them to have some push. Well, I look at Undying, they have no way to
5
actually
seconds
push.
remaining.
So I want them to, like, if they do get some type of pick off, I want them to get a pick off into a tower.
What about
right?
like the DK? You don't die in the
Undying's
Chrono.
turn to pick.
Well, they go with the Doom.
They go with Doom. Wow. Okay, they are lacking push, but that gives them really good.
So I mean, which one's Limp playing? He's playing the Doom mid or the Mars mid?
I'd imagine it's the Mars.
It's going to be the Mars mid.
Doom mid sounds way worse versus Lina.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. No, for sure.
10 seconds
No,
remaining.
absolutely.
This lane is not going to slow down Void though.
No,
but
Five
Doom
seconds remaining.
versus ET and Void, he'll get his space for the first few levels for sure, and he should have an IO behind him. So, okay.
Well, what are you adding here to throw in the combo? And are you putting the Lina on the side lane, or you think you are just sticking the Lina mid here? Or is there any sort of thing you could straight up pick that would super crush the Mars mid?
For Bryle, that's what I'm thinking.
Was it what happened to Outworld Devourer? I feel like
that is the
You know what I mean?
signature Bryle, but you're playing
It's-
into Nyx. No way.
Okay, that's
Like no way.
Yeah, Nyx does sort of mess with a lot of those
Most of 'em.
imp mids that Bra would like.
Yeah, I'm not sure. What else do they need? They have BKB piercing disable. They
Yeah.
have good magic
Yeah.
damage. They're lacking a little bit of physical, but they've got ET to amp up later on if he's able to get in the face. Don't want something that gets owned by Carapace. Okay, so now that's probably
just Lina mid then and then Grim.
Oh, look, no one's picking anything. They're like, all right. Yeah, so Lina mid, Grim 4. Okay. Interesting, though. Grim. So Grim with the Sanking. They do have the opportunities for like the double.
Yeah, double stun, double Laguna.
Double stun, double Laguna, not bad.
Not crazy stuff, right?
No.
I mean,
people don't play for the combo as much anymore.
True. And you've got a good carry to buff up and get in with the Ink Swell. Tomato's going to be jumping in.
I like the heal that comes out even versus Doom when you're playing with Void. Like you put the Grimstroke Ink Swell onto the Void, and even if he's doomed, he may be able to stand his ground in some situations and turn stuff. So
yeah, and it's
a cool approach.
Always nice against the IO pairings, right?
Absolutely.
You're going to get a guaranteed soulbind.
Yeah.
Each and every fight between the two of them. All
Who
right.
do I like?
What do you like here overall?
Will Void be able to get enough farm? I feel like he's just going to get super out farmed. That's the one thing I'm looking at. It's like IO Gyro.
That's true.
I think Alliance is just going to be able to farm the map. If they just like avoid the 5v5s and they play the split up game, they play around their cooldowns, play around their Dooms, and play around their Mars ultis to pick off and Vendetta scouting, I can see this Gyrocopter getting super farmed. I can see a Midas on Doom, and I see them just scaling quite a bit harder than Undying.
Yeah, I feel that Tomato was playing really
so good,
nice
though.
yesterday, and I think he will find the farm. And he plays super safe. Teams were struggling to sort of stop Tomato from farming. Even the games that they beat him, Tomato would 1 or 2 deaths at the maximum.
He does have a secondary.
Void ET is
it's
super strong. Their team fight looks very scary. Alliance, if they walk into it before so their farming mechanism was kicked in and they started to get ahead as the game goes on. I don't know. It could.
It depends on how. Yeah, it all depends on like how many fights they run into. Like if Undying's able to find and force Alliance into these fights, like I can definitely see that their lineup is able to take because it is so much damn team fight. Alliance has to play a bit more of that split up game, like we're mentioning. Yeah. So this is gonna be an interesting one. This should be cool.
Oh yeah.
Totally different ideas, right? You totally different like draft ideas, as you can see.
Oh.
On it.
It's gonna be right here.
My goodness.
Saberlight not quite on the front lines there to get the burrow strike.
That was spooky. And yeah, so many different forms of initiation is the one thing I am looking on the side of Undying. That's always beautiful when you have like a Sand King and a Void. You have the Sand King can go in first, then the Void can follow up. You even have the Stomp. You have a lot of different initiations and counter initiations. So yeah, Alliance just has to be careful with how they have to pick and choose their battles very nicely.
So let's see how Limp does in the mid lane here on the Mars against Braal's Lina and how much Braal is able to mess with him, still being a melee hero in that 1v1. Let's see what Tomato's build's going to be. Nothing crazy.
Should just be standard.
He's thinking Maelstrom, Echo.
Has to be. He has to get a farming item, has to get a killing item, so yep. Nothing out of the ordinary.
I was actually going to take the level 1 time dilation here to get some punches in onto FNG on the way out.
Okay. Not bad. Only 60 mana. You're not going to get bullied in this lane.
Yeah, I was going to
versus
this
Nyx
lane,
and Doom. He doesn't need time walk.
Easy.
He's fine. And they're both going to put spells on cooldown right away. He's going to devour creep. He's going to probably stun. Going to be able to do a little bit of harass damage onto him. So sure.
So he's not too tough a time for Tomato top. Bottom lane. Any pressure here onto Nico, Baby, and Hansken?
Yes.
We're seeing some kill potential here for Saberlight and Moon.
Oh yeah, this is the kill. This is the kill. This is the lane we're probably going to be looking at most. This is the lane on both sides.
In this move, we'll see how well Limp can get a grab of the lane against Braal, one of his strongest here, the Lina.
Anything not blocked? Nope, we have both full camps blocked, both hard camps blocked as well. Both teams kind of mimicking each other. The usual that we've come to see. Time dilation for harassment to help out Google when he's trying to dodge. One shot to the courier.
Try and turn over towards X4. FNG getting a little low. Yeah, Undying. Very happy to trade punches here in that top lane between the two of them.
Dubu's going to have a nice amount of damage here. At least plus 60, plus 58.
That really does seem like anytime we have these double melee lanes against an ET, it's just in his element.
S4 uses a second spell, so 2-time dilation slow. Some harassment, but they should be just fine anyway. Lots of trading going on. And maybe that's actually going to end up being the killing lane just because of how
they keep
chaotic it's being with the melees. Because bottom just looks like it's going to be a lot of sustain war for the IO.
I don't think it's going to be a killing lane where Alliance get the kills, though. I feel like Undying's going to have to make some mistakes for Alliance to get kills early on with these two heroes.
Absolutely.
It's hard with the Nyx and the Doom.
FNG's got to be pretty careful.
Armada 2-0 with the bash, so I'm very happy to trade if FNG and S4 do step up and start to brawl.
Lane positioning, though, for... Oh, what? Yo, Dubu?
See bottom lane, Hansken is getting gone on, but
Dubu's
indeed...
dead.
He is.
He tanked the whole creep wave. He had 5 creeps on him, and he walked up to trade with FNG. And FNG survives with 8 HP for the time dilation slow.
All right, wow. That's a big one for Alliance. Not something you expect to happen, at least going that way in that 2v2.
No, big slip up there from Dubu. He literally tanked the whole creep wave, and they just scorched earth and turned on him with the stun under the wave. Bottom also, they're already starting to take advantage of versus Saber. 7 CS on Sanctum, 15 on the Gyro. The sustain is there. Lane gets much stronger as you get levels, of course, on both the Grim and the Sanking. That damage really starts to build up. Excellent. Thanks for Alliance.
Even in the mid.
Mid's great too, yeah, and he even gets his bottle filled up by FNG now.
Yeah, barely behind Bra. Just a couple of CS in it. Limp. Holding his own very nicely.
And look, did you see Nico Baby also? Gone for the killer skill build too.
Oh, Rocket
Not
Barrage.
the 0-1-2 build. He's gone Barrage.
Damn, what year is it?
With IO is the only time that you can do it. Just
I love
because
it.
IO amps, the spell amp is ridiculous with Barrage. It's 10% at level 1.
I mean, this is a lane where Undying's going to want to try and brawl.
Yes.
So he's got to be ready to brawl back.
I'm fine with getting, like, I think just 2 points though. I don't want him to max it. I want to see like 2-1, 2-1-4. Then he can maybe even start going stats after that. I don't know if I want to see him like full out, but maybe he does if the game just starts getting like really chaotic with constant battling. But yeah, with IO is one of the few, because if you look at mana pool, that's the other thing I've heard a lot of players talk about. It's like the mana cost on Flak, it actually costs mana now. It's 50, 60, 70, 80. So IO is one of the few things that will allow you to be able to always have mana to both Barrage and Flak and Missile.
CS up on the top lane. 21 and 11 against a 19 for 3. Tomato. Getting a fair few of those denies in us. Despite the death on Dubu. Still able to try and push back Alliance from the creeps. Successfully, I said it.
Level 3 ET.
Trying to trade back here, FNG. He's going to try and run, but the hits are coming in, and they're coming in hard indeed from the two of them. S4's got to back off as well.
Gotta be careful. Level 3 ET. That Spirit is no joke. And bottom, the double kill. That Barrage immediately paying off. They overextended. They try to go for their own play onto the IO. Nico Baby comes in. I don't know if they expected the Barrage, really. Since nobody's really skilling it.
Damn, that's huge for Nico Baby. To get
massive.
Both those kills down on the bottom lane. I mean, both side lanes are really starting to step up in action. We've got to keep our eyes on them. As kills are plenty, and maybe another hit. Dubu. If he can get away from this.
He's just going to throw his life.
Yeah, he knows that he can't. He can't get out of that. So, kill for Alliance top. 4 for 1 so far. Alliance. He's spilling the more blood here of Undying in the laning stage. Farm is still good for Undying, but these kills continue and limp, close to hitting the 6, so soon to the point where they'll have to keep an eye out for potential rotations from the Mars.
They might even do it mid right here. ET's already porting in this to fill up the bottle, but
FNG,
boom, the play's made.
FNG's able to come in from the side, line up the 2-man stun, they're straight in onto Bryle. The stomp comes out, but Bryle, he can't escape the arena. They'll take out Bryle. Nothing to be done by Dubu to keep him safe. We'll be able to grab the DD rune. Let's take that away from them, but yeah, quick moves, and FNG able to just sort of come in from that angle, and they were completely unprepared for him.
And I love the 6-minute timing for me is one of my favorites. Like these 5-6-minute timings to collapse around the mid lane around night timing catapults.
Look at this top.
And the Doom top.
He's going for an S4, and he's got it. Solo kill for the man. Killing spree S4, 3 kills here. S4. I mean, having a great time, and this really was a lane that I think could have gone terribly for Alliance. It was a tough matchup. They're against Dubu as the ETs, a couple of melee, but Alliance, they persevere. They're coming out on top of this lane. Huge kill there on the Void.
I love that he went for the one-pointed Infernal Blade. I think that's actually really crucial for them to get all these little extra kills, because they do already have like the double stun. They have a little third one to follow up to onto Dubu. That'll get him killed most time if he steps up with the ET damage.
Gotta be careful, keep giving away those kills up top. Tomato, come back to lane for now.
I always get worried whenever I see a Sand King dying like this in laning phase too. I've been seeing so many of these Sand Kings, just like 1 or 2 deaths in lane phase, and they never recover. We saw, S4 yesterday. Same thing happened to him. He had like 2 deaths as a Sand King in laning phase, and the game was just, it was over. He literally couldn't do anything. He never had a chance to catch back up in. So we'll see if Saberlight's going to be able to do so, because he has so many combo plays he can do with the Sand King, so unlikely. It's going to be one real farm gyro.
It really is, Nico, baby. Straight for the Axe first this game to maximize that farm.
Yep, and he is putting, putting more points in Barrage. Sure, I mean he has the IO, whatever.
Yeah,
fine with it, whatever.
I mean, yeah, expecting a lot of action to happen. I mean, he's got a mid-Mars, right? So team fights will be aplenty.
It's true.
There's always the chance to maybe get himself involved. Saberlight holding his own on the bottom lane for now. Stomp from Dubu is going to come out, but FNG with the spike carapace.
Lim gets a haste. Immediately to bottom.
Oh, they're heading over. Better get out of there, Saberlight. Has got a TP straight away. He's not messing around. He knows they're on the way over. Saberlight gets himself out of harm's way.
They don't know. They're still checking the sides. Nice TP by Saberlight. To the mid lane, too. It's level 6 now. Still pretty decent. After a bit of a tough lane. The Lions have to be very happy. 6-1 with their Doom, with their Gyro, as we said. This is going to be a greedy lineup that gets a lot of farm online. The Midas is already queued. S4 is ready.
Mid. Ooh, Saberlight will manage to get out of the arena. Limp not quite able to set up the spear combo.
That is one of the reasons why we did talk about the Sand King being picked up, of course. Being able to just get out of that.
A little tough to catch. Yep. Same will be said for Tomatoes. Both cores, not the easiest for Limp to get the jump on. And, we will see what way Limp goes for the build. I mean, is he going to try and get like a blink straight up so he can have a better shot of catching these heroes?
It's always a risk. Just getting blink as a mid, you're just a naked blink dagger, unless you get it like so early on. But we'll see. He does have it queued. Definitely a possibility, because he is the main initiator, and if S4 is going for Midas, I guess he does have to be that big playmaker. So, you know what? Actually, yeah, he can just go for the blink. He has Doom, he has Gyro. They're going to be the super farmers.
Yeah,
you're right.
Nico Baby's farming super well. Axe is half done. Top lane. Be a little careful how they poke around with Tomato. He has got a Chrono, could set up for some TPs to come in. Same time, S4's got his Doom ready to roll again. Midas complete on its way out.
Tomato has to be extremely careful up here. Right now, I do believe they know that Bryle was going back to base, and Bryle does have bots. So Bryle can be anywhere. Gets a cheeky ED. He also will have a hood finished, and then he's going to go back for his blink dagger as well. But it's going to be very delayed on Saberlight. Yeah, like you said, S4, Midas. Efficiency. Almost instant. Already level 8 on the Doom.
They want to do something with Bryle's presence, but Alliance they know. S4, FNG back on the tower. FNG even throwing out a tip to Bryle to say hello. He knows what's up. He knows he's looking for him.
I think he walked directly into vision. To be honest with you. It looked like Bryle actually walked in like vision of the side of the catapult.
I think so. I guess Bryle's telling them elsewise, because they're trying to look for a ward around here, but I think you're right.
Because he botsed on the tower. He didn't walk through these.
No, he did. He came from the tower. So.
Yeah, I think he just got seen by the creeps, it looked like. FNG. Scouting information. They have a relocate. But it's only a level 1 in pit. And relocate does take some time, but he might still look for a setup.
It is hard against the Void in the Time Warp. Maybe they could go for someone else. So top lane, Saberlight set up with the epicenter. Onto S4, and with Bryle TPing over, they'll have the burst. S4 taken out. Tip starting to get fired back the other way now.
S4 was very deep. I'm not sure, like, he's under tier 1 there. There's none of his team backup with the catapult wave. That was just an easy kill for Undying. Yeah, Saberlight's now halfway toward Blink Dagger because of it.
Nico Baby just 500 off the axe. Alright, bottom, clean up those few waves, push the wave around, but Tomato, we'll see where he heads now.
That might be one of the fastest exits I've seen, actually.
It's up there. It's going to be up there. 12 minutes.
He's already at 500 GPM, so that's just going to continue to accelerate. How's their stacks looking? They got a 1, 2, 3 stack.
It's going to be a very good time. It is going to be difficult for Tomato to keep up and farm this game, no doubt about it.
And Hanskin's already almost got Holy Lock in done too. And I think that's going to be the name of the game for Alliance. Like we were mentioning, just play the farm game, pick and choose your battles. Don't take the head-on 5v5 fights unless you get a pick-off, unless someone is doomed, or you get like a good pick-off from the Nyx Assassin. And that does sound like a good recipe to success for me when I look at Alliance's lineup right now.
Benji.
Tomato's doing a bit better than, I mean, he's farming still pretty decently. He's only 700, 800 behind the Doom.
Yeah, not bad considering the death that he had.
Yeah.
And the fact, you know, Dubu was dying alongside him quite a few times in the lane.
Oh, FNG.
Quite a bit to it. Alliance. I see Tomato jump over with the time dilation. A freebie. Catch FNG sneaking around.
Now he's got Ancients of his own. Farms him a lot slower, obviously, compared to the Gyro, but Gyro's got X. And Gyro, also with, I love it. Whenever I see Arcane Ring, also super useful. You have IO, it's a dream. Even if you have any type of mana problems, now it's just completely gone. The beauty of the farm, even using the call down on it. Okay.
I'm probably feeling that, as you said, there's not going to be too much pressure for them to have to turn up and fight.
They don't want to
speed up getting that next item on Nico Baby.
They'll play some defensive games, but I think them like setting up around towers for the next few minutes might just be a little bit slowed down. Unless ults are on cooldown, that's where we could see Alliance like make a move. But right now, it's Undying hunting.
See, they'll be happy with that, with any core here.
If they get Limp right here, it's huge. He is 10 gold.
Nah, he's gonna get it. He's fine, he's fine. He's staying away from any potential danger, make sure that he has the money for the blink.
He's got it. All right.
It's out. Not smoke's about to wear out here, so unlikely that Undying do get a surprise jump. Not gonna catch anyone here. Alliance avoiding it completely.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Already a Veil on Grimstroke. Okay. Lot of spell damage, as we said. Undying has an unbelievable amount of team fight and spell damage, so I wonder how early the BKB is going to come on the Gyrocopter. He's got a Q after the he's got a Q after the small crit, and then they can start showing up to these fights. Well, if he's farmed enough, then that's where the team fight thing kind of starts, you know, turning away. Where even if you don't have the same equivalent team fight, if you have a BKB and you're just that farmed, you can always look to take the fights.
Dire's top tower
even a heavy team fight, you know.
This will be a tower for Alliance.
Easy one for Nico.
No chance of Undying trying to hold on to this one. Not interested in the fight yet. They're just not quite ready.
Saberlight's 200 short of Blink. If he had Blink, perhaps they look for that again. But even then, that tower is always just risky to go for.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Alliance as well, they'll back up, clean up the triangle once more. Not feeling any pressure at all here, Alliance.
No reason to. As we mentioned, neither team really has the most significant push lineups at all. So the team with this type of sit back and farm game has to feel really good. The Midases, the Aghanims on Gyro, like this. I feel like it's just Alliance in a very happy situation. I don't think Undying's like unhappy.
I mean, they're gonna know though.
They gotta know that this is not the greatest situation for them.
They won't fully commit on Saberlight. They know the hood. They won't have the damage to take him down or even bring him close to before any backup comes in. They'll look to turn their attention over towards the bottom instead. Relocate over, brings them in, gets involved with the kill onto Moon. And now they are in position to try.
Oh, Saberlight! He found him!
Oh, he did. He sees where they took him out in the trees. It's just going to be Hanskin coming back, though. Of course, not bringing Nico Baby back into that dangerous area. A kill nonetheless, and now Undying themselves. Especially with that DD. Brawl can look to try and take this tower out.
He's going to hit it, though. Might be a bit scared, but I think he should. Yeah. This tower's going to die in no time. That's
going to be pretty close to having the BKB done here for the next fight. Brawl, Dubu and Saberlight, they're even around as well, just in case the Alliance did try and make a move.
This is the last hit, though, so it does have to stick around for the next wave. It needs another camp to finish his BKB. If he got last hit on tower, he'd have the BKB pretty
Radiant's
much
top
done
tower is under attack.
after 1 or 2 more creeps.
Another smoke from both sides here. Alliance ready to come in from the mid. BKB done on S4. Lim.
Maelstrom on Tomato.
Undying, they're playing very cautiously as well. Set back around the high ground of the tower.
S4 is looking for a wrap. He's got full BKB.
Maybe they can get Bryle. Bryle, he's on his own here, trying to head back under the tier 2. Alliance, they don't care. They'll dive in. Limp gets the catch. They get the kill.
Great scouting by FNG. Either warding the lane and then wrapping behind.
Mid lane.
Exactly where he is.
Saberlight, he's going to try and commit onto Nico Baby. He needs a little bit more damage, and he will get it. Tomato Moon come in. They take him down. They're able to take out Nico Baby before the rest of Alliance can head back over from that top play to help him out.
Not enough healing. And that is why we say the BKB is very necessary for the gyrocopter. Just an insane amount of burst damage. Huntskin tried.
Well played there from Undying in a game where they are slipping behind. They've got to look for those openings, right? If some sort of very big dive down to the tier 2 comes out from Alliance, they have to look to hit elsewhere, and they do. They take that chance. Saberlight immediately makes the jump.
And thankful for them as well, too. They didn't have to expend Chronosphere. They did have to use kind of like the 2 ultimates, but now they will still at least have Chrono for the next one. The next fight that does kick off, so still in an advantageous position for fights. Bottom tower. Bryle will take out this one too. And that is his BKB coming out. So now he's much safer versus Nyx, much safer versus the Mars Blink combo. Limp's gonna have to pick and choose when he looks to go in. Really wait until that BKB's on cooldown for the most part.
And they really do know as well. You see Undying now inside the jungle of Alliance. They're very happy to take fights right now with these new items. Alliance.
Blink's BKBs, they've got the damage from the Void as well too. They want to start forcing a little bit more action. Alliance, they're still just chilling. It's wait till Nico Baby BKB, and then that's when we'll see Alliance really start to push the envelope. Limp's still hunting. He knows he doesn't need to play so much of this farm game as this Mars, because as we mentioned, with Doom, Midas, he's got the gyrocopter that's super fun. I don't want it to fall too far behind though, constantly looking for these plays.
He can't, well I guess with the relocate.
He can with the reload, yeah.
You still have to have pretty good information though on the whereabouts of Undying, as they don't want to be relocating one of their cores into a 3 versus 5 situation. If Undying set up in the trees.
Steeping bottom. He has not hit a creep in about 2 minutes, Owen. He's just been moving around. So it's definitely going to hurt his farm.
What we got in?
Blink on Doom now. Multiple forms of initiation. And his is guaranteed. Blink, BKB, Doom, the Void. Team fight, very likely just one of that.
Saberlight is going to jump in to start things off onto FNG. Arena comes out though. They're coming from the back. S4's able to slam down the 2, but now the Chrono's there for Tomato in the Earth Splitter. Focusing S4. They've already brought down both of the supports. Limp has to run. He's not going to get out of there. The damage from Bryle is enough. They take out 4 Undying. A quick fight, and Alliance, they choose to take it. Limp jumps in, but the counterplay is there. Instant elimination of the supports on the back of it all.
I'm surprised they took the fight. It's not time yet. As we mentioned like a million times in this game, Undying, they have crazy amounts of team fight. If you walk into that type of position, even with the heal from Io, that is not a good spot to take a fight. They need to wait for Gyro BKB so he can actually get involved.
And I mean, we saw it, the passiveness Alliance were getting further and further ahead. Now that's been taken completely away.
And it's right into a Roche.
They're getting it. FNG's headed in, but the sentry's down. They see him. They'll come in for the Roche. Tomato's able to get the kill, take the Aegis. FNG will have the control to kill off Saberlight. They've got one out. They're going to be able to get Tomato out too. Aegis intact and ready for the next move.
Oh, if they just walked into the pit, if Nico Baby literally just full out walks in the pit, he might even kill Lina and Void. He might have taken out both the Aegis and Lina. Huge play for Undying. It's back in the game.
Absolutely. They've set the game back to dead even here on the net worth. Tomato stepping up and starting to close the gap. Sure, you still have S4 Nico Baby at the top, but another move like that. The amount of kills they're getting, one kill off the team wipe. It's 21-minute mark. So definitely could fall into the favor of Undying.
Yep. And S4, I really think the biggest thing is too is just he has to doom the Void. You cannot doom the lead in these situations unless it's he's isolated very far away or something like
you
you
saw, you know, Bryle at this stage, you know, if he gets the BKB off, if he's got his few abilities off, it's, you know, he's still punching like a truck with the Crystallis now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Big hit from Undying. Nice. BKB is now finished for the Gyrocopter. Baby. Undying's going to be very happy. They also found themselves a Philosopher's Stone. Haven't gotten a chance to look through the neutral items yet. Gyrocopter throw bow. We got Essence Ring mech and a Holy Locket on our IO, so more healing. I think he just picked the mech up. He did not have it in that last fight. Yeah, they're fun items. Nothing too fun. Farmed Grimstroke, though. Moon always seems to find his farm. Even though he's 0 and 4, he has 92 last hits. He's got Aether Lens, he's got Veil. Always will have a good amount of stuff to contribute in the fights. And he's got a Shard. So we did mention the Shard before, him throwing that onto Tomato. Even versus Doom can be useful with that heal. Sure, it won't dispel the Doom, obviously, but
Tomato.
heal is nice.
He's walking straight up,
Double
and it's
stun.
a bit of a bait. Here's the counterplay. Saberlight's in the BKB's pop from S4. Will drop down the Doom, but of course there's an Aegis online. Tomato's going to be back for a second round. Also has the Chrono, so Alliance, they've got to be careful. They pop their BKBs. They're having a run though. Tomato, he's looking to chase this down. Gonna have another jump in a second from Saberlight. In onto S4. Hansken trying to tether over, but the Chrono's available. They lock down S4. They catch Hansken. They're going to be able to take them both out. 3 dead on Alliance, as another very awkward fight for Alliance comes out. And these sort of misplays, they're getting punished every time. Undying, hot on it. Tomato, I mean, it was all set out perfectly there. It really was. He steps up. He doesn't care if he's getting jumped. And Alliance, they absolutely take it. They go for the attempt on his life, dropping down the Doom as well onto the Void. And it doesn't mean anything for Undying. That's literally what they were asking for there.
It's picture perfect. And this is the BKB reveal of the Gyrocopter. He runs in and pops the BKB and can't even do anything because he's leashed to the Doom and they need to run away together.
It's a tough fight for Alliance indeed.
Yep.
They're really struggling to try and get these team fights together as Undying coming out with some smart outplays. Great jumps from Saberlight as well after a slow start in the lane. I feel like we see this a lot from Saberlight, right? A lot of lanes that he gets put in. Doesn't get a lot of farm in the lane. Slow start, but the sort of mid-game recovery for him has some fantastic calls and initiations.
His team is just ready to battle. That's what I'm noticing on the side of Undying. Now they're just constantly looking for the fights. If Alliance kind of bring it to them, they'll bring it right back. And as we said, they should be doing that because their fight is their lineup is all about these fights. Alliance is a little bit more about that farm heavy kind of stuff.
See what they can do here with this information FNG's giving. FNG.
So
and he's going to start Doobie. Doobie looking pretty dead here. Throw out the splitter.
Saberlight's in though.
He is. He's able to get him with the epicenter of the 2-man burrow strike. Prowling for the side of the Electro Grade down onto FNG Tomato. Heading in with the BKB. They've taken out both Hansken and Iron. Now
Nico
they're
Baby.
over towards Nico Baby. Nico Baby, he's got the BKB, but it's Pseudo Royale. The bashes are coming in. Nico Baby's taken out. Limp, he's off into the trees, trying to run. Has to TP away. Saberlight is able to find him, not quite. Limp will make it out, but still a terrible fight there for Alliance. 3 heroes down. They choose to make the play. They're going on to Dubu. They get the kill onto Dubu, but again, it just seems like Undying. They're perfectly happy with this.
They're one step ahead, I feel like, every single time. Sure, the ET gets set up on, but they're ready. Saberlight was already there, prepping that Epi, and then his team just slowly TPs in and follows up, and every single time they always seem to have something because they have so many different types of ultimates. They always have something to catch. S4, he's got Doom.
He's got a relocate backup coming in as well. See if they can get Tomato out of this to safety. They can't. Limp is able to get in, get the final bit of damage done to take out Tomato. See what more they can find. They will lose Hansken. See them now looking to set up onto Moon. The move from Saberlight and Proud, they're taking them down.
Double stun.
Beautiful burrow strike across the two of them. And again, Alliance, they get some kills, a big kill onto Tomato, but it costs them a lot.
It does. The Doom is used, and now when Tomato respawns, he's got Chronosphere. So immediately when he gets back up, it's not that big a deal. He's just going to be able to move out and do whatever his team wants him to do. 5K gold lead for them. And they've still, like, look at the lane positioning and look at just the towers. They've only gotten the top tower on Alliance. Mid tower is still half HP. That's problematic. And the location of where the team fight is just not really that advantageous for Alliance either.
They try for Saberlight here with the arena, but no detection on the two of them.
Like whenever you take these fights, you use this long cooldown like Doom. on your side of the map, it just feels kind of grim. Because now it's like they're just going to force all the lanes into you, and they have their ultimates, and you don't have a way to fight back into them. Big concerns for Alliance.
Lotus now done on Saberlight. I mean, he's already been quite the nuisance for Alliance. So we're seeing these jump burrow strikes. He never gets less than 2.
And there's a lot of, I mean, really good spells to protect with that Lotus. I mean, if he just Lotuses the Void, Doom's going to Doom himself.
Well,
Rockets will be sent back.
As seen by the sentry, FNG will try and respond, but Saberlight's in with the burrow strike, and there's no running for FNG. Goes down. They're
really,
coming out.
Really starting to run away with the game. Alliance cannot find their footing. After having a really solid farm game, just 2 to 3 bad fights taken over and over and over again.
Yeah, so the counter plays from Undying have just been huge. Those last sort of 3 big team fights just shaken up the game completely for Alliances. Undying, they've really set it up for Alliance to play straight into their hands.
They've just been so ready for it. Now we've got level 20s coming out, level 20 on Saberlight, even more frequency of these burrow strikes going to be coming in. Void, level 18. We've seen Tomato also this game. Went for stats. Only the 1 point in the time dilation. Didn't feel like it was very valuable. I can agree. I like that. Yeah, just getting so much out of the map now too. Because it is, what, it's a 6,000 gold lead, but the experience is also just about as high, so even more than that, actually, 7,000 or 10,000, so.
Gems picked it up as well by Dubu, so
they're
be a lot harder for FNG scouting out as he has been. They're coming out with a Smoke Alliance.
See what they can do. The last 2 BKB usages from the Gyro were not doing much of anything.
Oh, already Saberlight. He's in, looking to start the action. S4's popped the BKB, but the Chrono's out. The split actually drags him out, but then S4 walks back in.
Okay.
So the Chrono will still catch the 2 of them. S4 is able to drop down the 2, but the BKB is already out from Tomato. Now the damage comes in from Nico Baby. Nico Baby had a swing across, has taken down the 2 of them, and now Undying's got to be careful. Nico Baby picked up the Daedalus before this fight, so he's punching hard. That's the gem! They get Dubu's Courier, they get the gem!
Alrighty.
Whoa, there we have it. That's, that's definitely punched back there from Alliance. 2 big kills, and getting the gem. As soon as it's purchased on its way out, the gem falls into their hands.
That could be a pretty big turnaround. Nico Baby finally having a damage item. See it coming into play immediately, and they did not kill the Doom fast enough.
And they're looking for Dubu as well. They killed his courier, they stole his gem, and they took his life.
And the tower now, too. There we go. Lions finally finding their footing.
Oh, bro. He's going for this. So, yeah, with the relocate, they're out.
High amount of damage, though.
Roshan, what's the timer? 29, it's soon. It is soon.
Very
It's
soon.
going to back. Chrono's going to be back.
Yep.
Chrono's back up for the Roshan. Doom won't quite be.
I don't think they expected S4 to be that tanky. The plate mail freshly picked up, Cloak of Flames, sitting on like 27 armor. He's getting hit by the Void, but he's not taking too much damage.
And they've got to, Nico Baby with his Daedalus, he does the damage. The damage has arrived. So any inability to control or kill the Gyro at the start.
His Ancients have been blocked for the entirety of that Sentry one, though. Smoking again, though, playing fast.
And they're feeling strong.
Trying to catch him off guard.
Chrono is up, though, as we say. So,
yeah.
And we have seen the earlier fights. Alliance have walked into big turnarounds from Undying.
Moon has a blink.
Gonna go on him. Jump in with the spear. Any counterplay coming in. Bra's heading for the side. The Pro Strike there to set up on the Nico Baby. Laguna as well.
They have a lot of heal.
He's in on a Bra. Have they got enough damage to take down Nico Baby? Puts the BKB. The Chrono's there. Catches the 3 of them. They kill off FNG. Turn over towards the Gyro. Nico Baby to fall. Limp. He's not getting out of here either. Puts the BKB. No escape for him. The gem hits the deck. Alliance, they've lost 3. Make that 4. Maybe even 5. S4's going to try for the TP out. Have we got anything to stop it for it? They don't. So S4 will live. But 4 dead, the gem returning back to its rightful owners here on Undying as they reclaim it. Roshan is up, and Alliance are off the back of a great fight around their own triangle. They end up falling back to the same errors that they were struggling with earlier in the game.
And using the Mars ult onto a Grimstroke that dies, buys back instantly, jumps back into the fight, and they set themselves up, just like you said, 3-man Chrono. Perfect by Nico Baby. There was a lot of healing that you could see coming out from the IO, but not enough versus all this damage. Wailing on him inside of it. Look at all this damage. Look at the lead up. Look at this.
Still to go to town here on the side.
I didn't even get to see how much damage he did in the fight, but I'm assuming it's like over 6,000, 7,000 damage just from Lita.
It's pretty crazy. Getting that Satanic next so he can tank up. And level 24-2.
It's huge.
Massive. And that whole sort of the shake-up and the growth of the advantage that was there off that move that Alliance made around the triangle, that's all but been forgotten. Back on track now, Undying, 10k lead.
Who got the shard? Void did, I believe, right? Yeah, he got Aegis, he got shard. And I believe now he has Lincolns too. Oh, he did. Oh, he didn't go for it. All right, he had the Lincolns with the Perseverance. He went for the Mjolnir instead. Wants more damage. Wants more bashes.
Easy. Undying, I mean, they honestly, they could look to push high ground.
Absolutely. They got 20 seconds for Chronosphere. They have, as we said, like so many ults, they're always going to have something available.
That Sableye straight in.
Okay, all right.
He goes to the high ground. What's Alliance's response going to be? They do have all their ults up themselves. But they've got to hit a big arena, get Nico Baby in position where he can start to do the damage without the threat of being chronoed.
They need to, like, insta-kill the Lina, doom the Void.
Top tower is under attack.
Not easy for Alliance now to execute these team fights with these BKBs, with these Lincolns. Yeah, Bryos is not a target that they can really go for in many situations.
Dire's middle tower
and
is
as you
under
mentioned,
attack.
he's going to have Satanic in a second, so even if they do catch him, it's very likely that he might just turn and be able to just full heal up. He's about to hit 25.
He's not going to care about being doomed at all, right? I mean, as you said, S4, it's just, you've got to get Tomato before the chrono in these fights, right?
100%. Or Palmer Refresher and get both of them. Way later down the line.
Nico Baby's nearly got his own Satanic. Off the gold, off the broadsword. But Undying already looking to make some action happen here with his smoke up behind Tomato.
He doesn't have the same type of setup for himself just to, you know, go to town on a target. Sure, they can get a Mars Spear onto one of the heroes, but a Chrono Spear plus a Lina beating on somebody, he just has so many easier forms of setup for Bryle to just sit in the back and pretty much kill him. It's much harder for Nico Baby. And his BKB is down to 6. Well, if we look at the BKBs on the other side, how's Bryle's? Is his also 6? Yeah, actually it is, so I thought he had a 7-second.
I mean, what do you do now if you're Alliance? You just have to try and wait out the Aegis, avoid any fight. Get them, just try and get this sort of next time on Nico Baby. Even sort of looking towards after the Satanic.
You're not out farming though, that's the problem. And you're gonna start getting picked off bottom.
They're in on top of him. Splitter's gonna be coming out as well, and Nico Baby puts the BKB, but he's gone. Handscam will go for the TP out. He'll make it out of there, but that's no Nico Baby now for 80 seconds. Of course, buying into the Satanic and therefore forfeiting the ability to buy back. So this is a long death timer.
Undying's making it look a bit easy when they find these type of pickoffs around the map, just because they have, as I said, so many different forms of setup. Alliance doesn't have easy ways to just get a gank. It feels like they have to use a Doom, they have to use a Marzel, but then it's such a big commitment for these kills.
And Sableye just catching them every time.
Yeah, like Undying, they use Splitter there, but that's not really that, it doesn't feel like that big of a commitment to them. It was just a Lina for the most part, just auto-attacking and killing him.
See what they can do. No Gyro for 45. I mean, I think there's a high likelihood that if Undying, we check the eye, saw that Reaver in the backpack, they'll probably know that this Nico Baby does not have buyback. So, a set of racks for sure, maybe even more. I mean, they've still got an Aegis for a full minute.
Tomato just giving information, jumps in, jumps back, finishes up the Lincolns, double Lincolns, and a Lotus on their team now. I don't know how Alliance can do anything. They have to have some type of dream setup where they can get the Doom off as this Aegis expires. They got 40 seconds, so I think they just have to try to time some ridiculous fight. But they might not have time. They're losing the second racks.
That's what. Trying to jump in. They don't have the chain done on some Tomato. It's not enough. It's able to jump out. In fact, they'll play it safe and easy here. Undying, they'll back off. Nico Baby's back in the game. They know that they're not in a rush. They've got a comfortable lead right now.
No need to risk when you have 18 seconds left on that Aegis. Tomato backs up, finishes up the camp. Full map control. FNG is kind of the only one now who can make his way out there to get some information for the team.
Aegis is gone, but Undying. Don't think they'll be too scared about sticking around for further action.
Limp spends his gold, full AC. He's tanky he's 41 armor. He's very tanky. That'll help out a little bit for Nico Baby for his damage too. But it just feels like they need a lot more.
The smoke from it. They're ready to jump into the high ground. You know it. Sableye, he's looking for action. And he's going to go straight in onto S4. They eliminate the Doom. S4 does have a buyback available. The Racks, they're falling. What can Alliance do to fight back, push back Undying here? The buyback will now come out from S4. Get the missile connection onto Saberlight. Limp looking for an avenue to get in. S4 looks for the jump forward, but Saberlight, he's out to the side. Doom will be held, and now Tomato's in with the counter.
And now S4
drops the chrono down onto S4. S4 pulled back. He can't afford to die. Hanska desperately trying to keep him alive, but he can't.
Doom.
He goes down. Tomato is falling low, standing his ground, but Nico Baby's got the damage. He's taken out the two of them, and he's ready to go for more here. They may have lost S4, but Nico Baby's coming in with a punches Bryle, trying to stand his ground, but Alliance, they've got the damage. Triple kill, ultra kill.
Oh my goodness.
Nico Baby. Alliance, they've held, they keep the melee racks alive. The gem is going to be falling into their hands. They've managed to hold against Undying there. Undying, this time it was them sort of throwing everything onto S4. They really tunnel vision on the idea of taking this Doom out off the back of the buyback, but it hurt them big time. Nico Baby this time just uncontrolled, able to just run through the team fight and shred them with his damage at the Daedalus.
They were like, they're so afraid of the Doom, but I think now they're realizing, wait, why are we so afraid of the Doom? We have double Lincoln's Lotus. I think they need to just full out put the attention onto Nico Baby.
Absolutely.
As we saw there. It's been working every time before that. Now Nico Baby gets the space.
I mean, look at it.
He's going up high ground.
They're down 12k, but Alliance, they're hitting back. They're up to their mid lane. And with the death timers hit, they're very well likely to take a Rax here. 50 seconds, no Bryle. 30 seconds, no Tomato.
I love it.
A crazy swing of action here.
He's thinking about it.
But they'll probably up with the safer play. The creeps are coming in, so the back door will come down. They'll definitely get this one set of racks. Won't be able to get a second. Still tier 2s, tier 2s, and a tier 1 in on this side lane.
He's top net worth now, though, after that. After that fight, after getting all these buildings, all these creeps, too. He's got another full item, if you'd like to purchase it soon.
Yeah, that's a huge hold there.
Massive.
And from what we've seen from Undying so far this game, just a rare mistake there, overcommitting onto S4's Doom, and therefore not having anything else to keep the fight flowing afterwards.
Sometimes that happens, though, right? You see the buyback, and you're like, oh, if we kill him, it's a 4v5, but just really overemphasizing, really overdoing it this time around. But again, they're smoked, still looking for the fight. They're still feeling confident, and they still should be, because as we've seen, the gyrocopter still, if they're able to focus fire him, does die very quickly.
That was close nearly to Saberlight getting eyes on Nico Baby, and has to be careful. No buyback, of course, fully in on the butterfly.
This could be a big pickup. Do they have True Strike? They do not. So that can actually really make the difference to perhaps save him if he does get focus fired inside of the fight. Also, up to like 40 armor when he's sitting around that AC aura, and I guess his tier 4s as well. So he's at 34 armor in the fight for the most part, which is pretty significant.
Really is, yeah. I mean, it just goes to show, even with the 8k lead, this game could definitely fall both ways right now.
Ease of execution, I'd still give a little favor, of course, to Undying.
Sure, you feel they just need a chrono.
Yep,
boom,
they still have the easier ways to just like throw all their ults onto one hero, and they have a win condition because the Doom's buyback is still on cooldown.
Yeah.
But Alliance, they can still catch them off guard, and they are smoking out, so this could be that move right now.
Yeah, if they can catch really Tomato, get the Doom on him, proc that Lincoln's, get the Doom down so there's no chrono for the fight. Then for the most part, Nico Baby pops the BKB. Nothing else really going to stop him from shooting down everybody in the team fight.
FNG, he's going to walk in. They're ready for it, though.
They are, but so is FNG with the blink.
A little slow there by Saberlight. Oh, it's a nice pickup. A telescope for the side of Alliance. Nico Baby can actually hit a little bit further now.
Of course, yeah, more scope for improvement here with the spider legs. Can get rid of those treads, get himself a sick late game item. Definitely being much more careful now Undying. Maybe to the point where Roshan will be what's next on the list here. They're coming over, actually, I say that, Tomato. Oh, Alliance left a Penta.
There's a Penta edge.
That's Alliance.
Dude was like, all right, thank you.
All right.
Yo, Tomato, you want a Penta? He's like, I got one.
Hey, Hansken. Look at the catch on him. He's looking pretty dead. Does have buyback if he's needed.
The relocate.
But yeah, they just left the Penta on the ground.
Well, no one wanted it, to be honest.
Well, I don't know. I think Limp
maybe
might
Limp might have.
I think Limp definitely would have.
Yeah,
it's a lot of damage.
Definitely better than a Blaster Rig. Yep.
Yeah.
That's a
bit of a, all right. I mean, they got the double Penta now. One for Tomato, one for Dubin.
Yep. Tomato doesn't want it, though. Witchbane. Very strong item.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've never really done the maths. Does it work out as a lot more damage to him when you can take into account?
Probably not. And I also like the proc from Penta Edge.
Yeah, I like but Penta Edge. Surely he's using it anyway. Maybe he gets some amazing purge. Just saves his teammates or something.
What is there even a purge though? There's like literally nothing to dispel.
I don't
actually,
know. Maybe he's done the maths and subjugate's that good.
Maybe. Literally nothing to dispel. Scorched Earth the Infernal Blade debuff. He can dispel the damage that it does afterwards.
Alright, well, FNG dead outside of the pit. Alliance, they weren't able to pull something together to make something happen around the Roche, so Aegis...
What'd they get? Oh, they got that Ag's Blessing for the Void. Alright, well. Bashes aplenty. Of course, it does not bash on the time walk when you're returning, nor does it bash through BKB.
Just maps. Attack steal bonus damage equal to 4% of your target's max. So who's got a lot of mana here?
It's about 40 per hit.
Jara has 1400, so 10% of 1400 is 140, and then divided by 10 is 1.4.
It's a little bit less, 60.
Yeah, it's like 60. Yeah. Yeah, it's like 50, 60.
So it's probably about even.
That's an extra 50, 60 damage.
But one gives you range, and one gives you a cool proc that also reduces attack speed and movement speed, which is pretty significant.
So yeah, you're doing an extra plus 50 to 60 against the Jara, but indeed, you're not having the main that range.
I like the range personally most of the time, but Tomato, carry player, his choice. And we're seeing a lot of pickups now. Yep. So after that Roche, we have a full Hex now for Moon Meander, so we have double Hexes that'll come out with his ult. I think we saw one other big item pickup. I think it was the MKB for the Lina. So now they actually have a form of True Strike to wail on Nico Baby inside.
The only thing that I don't think it is, but it would make that extra damage is not magic damage, right? Is it? Because if it was dealt as magic damage, then it might be good with BKB's getting low and the Jara's armor being as high as it is.
It should be magic damage.
Oh, if it's magic damage, then that's why he's taking it, surely. Then if it is magic damage, then it is better against the Jara. At this stage again, when you say
I guess so,
armor,
yeah. When you look at the armor, when you sure, you're right. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
you're right.
You think that it is magic damage, the passive?
I've never actually really checked, but I'd assume so.
I never use it. It's an active item at this stage.
Someone in chat, help us.
But yeah, if it's magic, then it does make sense, I think, because of the
I'd imagine it wouldn't make sense for it to be physical.
And then with the AC armor as well,
yeah.
Extra bonus magical damage at this stage of the game is definitely more valuable.
Yeah. He's got a full Satanic now finished up himself. Now he swapped the Penta in anyway. So.
Okay. After that.
Whatever. Let's not overthink it.
Maybe he'll switch between the two. Let's go.
Yeah, passively causes your hero to deal extra magic damage.
It is extra magic then. Yep. I think he's right then. I think he's doubting himself now. I think Tomato was right first time around. Maybe one of his teammates said, "Hey, dude, what are you doing with Witchbane?" Tomato, he should have believed in himself.
Lion's not trapped in their base. Versus Cheese Aegis. S4 has not committed for the refresher yet. Has the gold if you'd like to sell.
I mean, well, refresher or buyback, do you think? I feel like against the Chrono, they want the buyback, don't you?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, they're hunting too. Bryle.
Oh, Bryle.
He does not have the Aegis.
Oh, this is going to be a very nice kill to find. And he's not got buyback either. That's what they're going to do in return. Coming in on the two, the Tomato jumps forward. They've taken out S4 and FNG. Can they deal with the Hansgen and Nico Baby? They can't. With the re-relocate, they get out. So
that's a big move.
They take that trade, I think, Alliance there. Sure, they lose two of their own. They have buyback. Bryle's down for 80, and it's Undying, really. They were more of in a position to try and get something done because they have the Aegis. Now they're going to have to do it without any lead if they do want to still try and push something.
Yeah, they've got to be just a bit careful. You have 50 seconds right now for both of them to be dead, so you can actually still play yourself out on the map with these 4 heroes. So
yeah, but you're not going high ground.
Yeah, just wait for Lina. Just farm map. Any big items waiting. Tomato, he needs an MKB as well so that he can focus fire. So.
And for Nico, baby, well, he's got both queued up.
I think it's Rapier.
Rapier over the Swift Blink.
I think it was even before that. Like I saw him queue up like the Blink, and I was like, okay, well, maybe you can see a situation where he dodges the Chronosphere and it's huge, but I think it's Rapier territory.
Because at this stage, he is living. Like as long as they can keep him in a way he doesn't get caught in the Chrono, this Jara will tear through and die.
and it's all based off how much damage you're doing as well, right, with the Satanic. So if he's inside of a Chronosphere, he's still going to be life-stealing. And so if he's doing, if he has a Satanic, it might be the difference maker.
The jump on in, the big old Chrono comes in for Tomato. Have they got the damage to take Nico Baby down? He's still alive. He's being kept alive. They weren't able to finish him off. Chrono comes to an end. Nico Baby's ready to fight back. The stun on the Tomato into the spear. Tomato goes down the once. The rest of Alliance, they're running back on the rest of Undying. Saberlight is able to blink out in time, but they're going to turn back and go for a second round onto Tomato as there's no help left to save the Void.
He's dead for 100.
Couldn't quite kill Nico Baby in that Chrono. It got close, but it wasn't enough. Nico Baby lives, and this is going to be the problem now at this stage for Undying. If they don't kill Nico in that Chrono, he will kill them all.
He sure will. And it's just so much sustain that comes out.
That was pre-Rapier as well.
Pre-Rapier. And now he's thinking maybe, right? Now it's like, do I actually really want to get this Rapier? And that evasion definitely came into play there. That was the Faceless Void without the MKB being able to focus fire the gyro. And we'll see which one it is going to be for our gyro cup. Nico Baby still has a lot of growth because he can still eat his Ags too. Still get rid of his treads.
Yeah, take the Ags. Yeah, he's got the money to do it as well. 9k gold ready to spend up here on Nico Baby. We'll be on to putting onto the buyback gold for sure against the Chrono plays, but
I think I'd have to, like, I think in these situations where he gets such a big Chronosphere, like, it's such a massive one. He had the IO. You gotta, like, focus fire the IO in these situations. You can't let him just pump this heal into the gyrocopter.
And I like this as well.
He's just taking up.
Exactly.
Okay.
I mean, it did get a little close there. You know, if he can add just that extra bit of tankiness, then it's almost going to be impossible for Undying to take him down during the Chronosphere. And then Nico Baby will be able to come out and shred them all. Axe Blessing is going to be ready on the way out next, so he can even start getting the next item on top of that, as you say.
Yeah, and now, like, yeah, I see Moon even saying, IO is missing. You have to kill the IO. You can't just let Hanskin pump out those heals in the back line, because we see it's too much of an issue. His heals are going to just keep increasing. He's got a heart queued up next. If he's able to get a heart, it's really starting to look like Undying might start to run out of damage to kill this gyrocopter, but right now, yeah, it really does feel like it's anybody's game. This 13k gold lead does not really mean anything.
It really, yeah, you don't feel that at all when you see how much damage.
No,
how much the two of them are really doing this IO gyro, just popping off.
And even though there's 2 Raxes down, it's the same thing. Sure, there's momentum that's going to be pushing in from the side lanes from Undying, but as we've seen constantly, Alliance is ready for the fights.
Scanning.
Yeah, Undying, they might even just chill things out until they get that MKB done on Tomato.
Yeah, he's just desperately like running around looking for all of the farm. But even then, he'll have to commit his entire gold, have no buyback. Roche will be coming back in a relatively close period too.
And
so
it's spooky, you know.
It's anybody's game.
As much as they need the buybacks and Alliance against the Chronos, you know, buybacks against these double dooms are going to be important. If S4 can knock Tomato out of the action, doesn't have buyback, that could give them the space to at least take a second set of racks, maybe even more now, with how much damage Nico Baby can do tearing through buildings as well.
Look at his gold too, 7k. He does, okay, he commits with a blade.
I mean, he's pretty much got the buyback, 300 gold, he'll have it, so he's playing it safe.
He's being safe, exactly. Not going to go for the Rapier where he can still buy back and he can still come into the game. This is cool. We'll lose some stats, of course, from eating the Aghanims, but with that Scotty pickup, we'll kind of balance that.
Ryle, he's found S4. Is he able to take him out before any help comes in? He is.
He does a lot of damage.
Again, though, S4 said playing smart with the buyback. Undying are going to try and hit, though, whilst there's a man down on Alliance.
50 seconds for that Roshan, too. And as we mentioned, they have the constant push coming out from the bottom and mid lane, so they can look to set up around top. Top is pushed in, though, by Alliance.
I mean, you see Alliance just heading straight back to the Ancient here.
Oh, yeah.
They know what's coming.
Limp almost has a refresher as well, okay? I think this refresher might, I'm not even kidding you, might just be to put the ult down to protect the gyro from being hit by the Lina. Protect the IO and the gyro, right? Just drop 2 ultis down, absorb hits the best as you can. I really think that's Limp's whole job this game now at this point. Do not let your IO or your gyrocopter be focused by that ranged Lina who's dealing so much damage. We'll pick up if he is going to commit for it.
With a sort of backup Alliance that will be able to wait out for S4 to come back in the game. Of course, this is going to give them the chance to get this rush. So
we have everybody in the game with buyback status right now. Every single one of them. So we got everyone holding us gold. Very important. And a Rosh now claimed, so that's going to be a refresher shard. Another Aghanims. Who's going to get it? Give it to you. Nah, give it a Grimstroke maybe.
Give the
I would say give it. Okay, they're gonna give it to Saberlight. I actually was thinking you give this perhaps to Moon. But
yeah, this gyro would be pretty nice.
Would be pretty nice, but he is gonna kill it fast though. He is gonna kill his own portrait really quickly.
Yeah, right? I think that's probably what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And you know, Saberlight.
He's a core.
Saberlight's been nailing it.
He has been. And it gives him easier access to just like get in and out of the fight. So yeah, sure. I always want the supports to get it. Support player here. Thank you very much. Jump.
FNG steps out. Limp. He's going to be in. He's in on top of Brian. Jump forward to Tomato.
Chrono
He's got the 5 for them. He's got all of them.
Oh,
but do they actually have the damage? I don't think they do. Tomato is hit. Nico Baby. But Nico Baby, his health's not dropping. Nico Baby's still full HP here. They have killed off Limp, but now Nico Baby's ready to roll over them. They can't hurt this gyro. Tomato,
round
it's
2.
a second chrono. Will kill off Hansken. Will get FNG, but he's so low. He's got to run. The Stomp comes out, it will hold them back. Saberlight's jumping in with the epicenter, but the Spike Carapace is out. Saberlight goes down. Now, was a dieback on him. So Saberlight now out for the 2 minutes.
The jump.
He's going to go over here, see if they can catch more. In fact, Undying. They're seeing if they can swing back into this. There's a quarterstaff on the floor for some reason. Where'd that come from?
I think that was Tomatoes. Yeah,
Tomatoes.
From when he had the Mask of Madness from earlier that he disassembled.
But he's got another quarterstaff.
Does he really? No, he just has. Whoops.
Yeah. Just quarterstaffs all over the place. I mean, that was how many buybacks did we have there? Wow, there's another one. There's another one indeed. Nico Baby. He's been hexed. He's got the backup.
He gets the spear.
They've caught Tomato. They've got the damage to take down Moon. They've got the damage to take down Tomato. Dubu and Bro, they have to bail. They have to leave him here. Tomato's got anywhere to play his way out. He's got the BKB into the trees, goes with the TP. Anything to stop it, there isn't. Tomato will escape.
No Grim, no Sanking. It's 3v5, Owen.
3v5, let's go. See what they can do here, Alliance.
How's our buybacks
Check the
looking?
buybacks. It was all yeses before, now it's yes. No. Yes. So only the 2. Dubu has buyback and so does Nico Baby. Nobody else does. But as you say, that leaves Alliance in a favourable position here for sure. 5 up against the 3 of Undying. Creep Wave coming in on the top lane.
Can they even hold this? No Chronosphere, 2 heroes down?
I mean, they just can't kill Nico, baby. It's so hard.
They just do not have the
so
damage.
Huge.
He's so tanky, they're not able to focus fire the arrow, and everybody was so clumped. 5-man Earth Splitter, it still didn't matter.
Yeah, but where's Tomato's current? Is it dead? I think it's dead. Because what happened to the MKB that he was buying?
I don't know. I was literally looking
for
the same
He was buying quarter stuffs. I don't know what's happening here. I think we might have
It's just at base. It's just sitting at base.
But he's got nothing. Where's his money gone? I guess he.
Scotty.
Okay, I guess he
bought
did.
the Scotty
Yeah,
instead.
Okay.
But then he doesn't have True Strike, so that's probably a bit of a mistake. It's going to reduce the healing, but
and slow down some of the attack from the range carry. But you feel you're just not killing this gyro?
No, clearly not. Even after a full 5-man chrono.
And where's his other quarterstaff gone now? Now he's lost that one as well.
Who has it? Does Dubo have it?
No, he had to. No, that was a different one that Dubu picked up.
Is it at base? Is it somewhere else?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I feel like I would check the replays on this one, see what Tomato's been doing with his items. He's making quarterstaffs appear out of nowhere, and then he's making them disappear.
Still no buyback for him. And now he just feels he doesn't have True Strike versus this Gyrocopter, who's now got 8,000 gold.
He's got all the money. 45,000 net worth here on Nico, baby.
Arcane Blink Doom.
Still somehow Undying.
It
still seems rather wild that Undying still up 10.
Well, they got 2 free blessings.
I guess that's what's pumping it.
That's the pump.
Yeah, that's what's pumping it up.
Absolutely.
They got pumped.
Yep. Man, I'm like wondering. It's like, what if they'd given the refresher shard to Dubu? What if he had 2 splitters there? Could that have made the difference, perhaps?
I mean, the two chronos did get them them the kills. It allowed them to get the supports.
I mean, now the thing I'm looking at is Hansken has a heart. Are you even going to be able to kill the IO? And if you don't, that is absolutely going to be a full HP gyrocopter inside of the fights.
Here we go. Look at this, though. Sneaky time here from Undying. They smoke up and swing him around. I don't know if Alliance will expect them to come from this angle. Actually, maybe they are hiding in the trees. So Alliance know that something could be up.
Nico Baby's just going to push. They're going to be able to get Megas.
Just hit the
challenge
base. That's the fortification. It is up.
He kills it quick, though.
Yeah, they need more items on Tomato. Let's go for the Moonshot as well next.
I'm so surprised he's not going for more True Strike. Sure.
I don't know, maybe he had some sort of
procs and all that, you know, when you get your lightning proc, it's True Strike, but I feel like he needs more, but it is a lot of the damage that's going to be coming from Bryle as long as he's in the right position, but maybe I really don't think they have the damage anymore to kill these heroes.
Yeah.
And especially with Limp going for this build, I think he literally has to just cover them. If he just has his ult down around the gyrocopter, around the IO, they're not going to get killed. Or if he just gets the initial jump. Yeah, Dubu's got a refresher queued up now too.
How long are we waiting on these buybacks? It's still going to be about 2-3 minutes. Turn the buyback back up on Tomato though. Tomato will be able to come in for a second round if he gets caught out by the Doom.
Good thing there's two of them there for Lions, as well as an Arcane Blink, so kind of almost even like a third one is going to be coming up really fast afterwards.
I mean, you're the smart one as well, Fog. Are we keeping the net worth for the buyback up now? Just
buyback, yeah, buyback. No cares net worth. We have an 11,000 current gold gyrocopter.
That's true. Money is not an issue for this man. He has ascended beyond it.
Both teams with similar kind of wards around the same area, these high ground wards to watch for any opportunity.
I mean, I think they're both waiting these 2 minutes, really, aren't they?
Oh, and he's doing the build, the old counter to the Void.
The Basher.
The Basher, so you can bash while you're inside the Chronosphere with your Aghanims hits.
All right, let's go.
He's kind of missing slots.
I mean, what's he going to get rid of?
They're all pretty good items that he has right there, so. But after BKB's on cooldown, he can swap it.
Yeah, I guess it's going to be some swapping of BKB.
And maybe when he gets the full Abyssal Blade, he's probably thinking, like, is this BKB even better than the Abyssal Blade?
I don't,
at this point, like,
so
is the magic damage even going to be a care?
Die?
I don't know. I don't think so. He might actually be able to just swap it when he's got Abyssal. Another Lincoln's for the side of Undying. Oh, he sold it.
Oh.
He bought it, then sold it.
I think, yeah, buying and selling all over the shop here, really, Undying.
He's throwing us off.
Tomato getting his own refresher next. Still no MKB. Doesn't want to buy it. I think maybe he had an incident with the quarter staffs. He's had it with it.
I thought maybe I missed something. There was like a talent or something. I'm like, wait, does Void get like a True Strike talent or something?
I mean, obviously True Strike isn't as good as it was back in the day.
Sure.
But it's some True Strike.
It's not absolute True Strike, but it's pretty close. Especially when you have Maelstrom as well, you're pretty much hitting every single hit. Buyback starting to come back up. Both teams being very patient around it. And also 15, 14, 13, 12. We have 10 seconds.
Oh,
Kill the items, baby.
Oh, it's honestly been so much action. I've lost track of time. I didn't really realize it was 60 minutes.
Yep.
There's been a lot going on. It's been a lovely game. But indeed, we found ourselves here. 60 minutes, right? Any busted? What's the hot stuff? What is the hot stuff here?
What is the hot stuff this game? Mirror Shield is going to be really good versus the Dooms.
Who's taking it? I guess Apex still just for the Void?
Yeah.
Oh, what's happening here? What's happening here, Doom? He's dropped it down. Jump in, jump out. This one's taking a lot of damage. He's trying to front the refresher, but he gets the lockdown onto Sableye. Sableye will die. Bryle trying to stand his ground, but Nico Baby just has too much damage. Nico Baby over to Dubu. Dubu trying to escape. The Chronos dropped down. Tomato, has he got
There's no damage.
He's trying to hit, but he hasn't got enough. Maybe with Sableye. Sableye jumps in, they've got him. They've brought down Nico Baby. Sableye able to come in with the magical damage to blow up this incredibly tanky gyrocopter. Nico Baby, he's buying back, trying to TP over, but Tomato's now ready to turn it with the help of Bryle's buyback. They take him down one by one. Limp's into the trees. Are they able to find him? Sableye, oh, nothing to stop him. So Limp will get out. Undying using the triple buyback there to get that fight going on the side of Alliance. Just the buyback coming out from Nico, baby. Now it comes out from Hansken as well. But and S4, his buyback just came back available, and he'll use it straight away here to get back out on the map. Maybe see if they can do something whilst this Chronosphere's down.
Bryle got the angle this time around, able to actually just wail on that gyrocopter from the right side while everybody else was focused on the other one. And this time Limp wasn't able to cover him. He'd already used both of his ultimates.
FNG!
FNG!
They found him, but Nico Baby's ready to back up, jumps in with the Abyssal, he's on top of Saberlight, the air spinner comes out, Saberlight forced to the side, Glimmer came as well, Saberlight's gonna live, turn over towards S4, S4 looking for the Doom target, but the Linkers blocks the Doom, Tomato jumps back in, jumps back out, buyback coming out from both sides here, FNG moving under, jump forward from Tomato, they're in on top of the Nyx Assassin, he goes down, buyback from Limp, and Hansken as they try to get back in on this, Nico Baby, cooldowns there, Bryle, Tomato able to get out to the side. They hold off now, Tomato back in with another tickle, still 1 minute before the chrono's up. Boris track off the mark, another jump in, Hansken, he's in trouble, he pulled back for this, and Nico Baby, he's on top of Bryle, jumps in, gets it on the leader, but the BKB's out from Bryle, holds the ground, turnover on Nico Baby, can he take them on? He can't, the BKB comes through and he's stunned.
He's relocating.
Oh, he's going to be saved! Nico Baby's still alive for now, but Limp will fall. 2 cores down on Alliance without the buyback. FNG, he's being focused by Tomato and Saberlight as FNG walked into the sandstorm into his death. It's only Hansken and Nico Baby left alive. Hansken's back out of the side, but now they're separated. Now they'll get back together with the Taylor. Can Hansken keep Nico Baby alive? He cannot. Tomato, Brown, they've got the damage. They've taken them all down. Alliance, they're out of action here for 2 minutes across the board. No buybacks left ready to play with. Undying, they should be able to shut this one down, and Alliance, they know it. GG, it's called. Undying will take this game 1.
What the hell just happened? This game was the biggest back and forth I think I've ever seen.
That was crap. I think definitely a roller coaster for both teams, really. Absolutely.
I mean, Bryle with the fallen sky with some clutch, like little stun plays that he got on there. The gyrocopter, he gets on top of Bryle.
Trying to get him with this Abyssal, but too much to deal with. You know, once sort of the team starts to fall apart in Alliance, even Nico Baby's getting in and has the damage. When he's getting focus fired by Bryle and Tomato, he just can't deal with that on his own there.
I mean, this game had everything in it.
That was a great game. It was
absolutely insane. It looked like Alliance had brought it back completely after Undying literally had to lead the entire game, but
yeah.
All right.
Great game 1. I'm going to get more of that in game 2. Yeah, it's a right roller coaster of a game. I mean, it looked like Alliance were really getting back out of a grip of it. Nico Baby getting this insane amount of farm. 48k net worth on Nico Baby at the end of it all. Yeah, Undying. Those last few buyback fights, I mean, it's so hectic. You know, but both teams sort of just having to fully focus, and yeah, they come out on top of it. Bryle ending up with some insane farm as well.
And the Doom, that last Doom being blocked probably was really significant, right? Because it was going on to Bryle.
It was going for
Bryle.
Got
blocked, and Bryle was able to just turn and focus fire the gyrocopter the whole time there. So these little tiny things, these Lincoln's blocks, could make the difference in these crazy late game scenarios.
Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That was only just game 1 here between Alliance and Undying. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure game 2 is going to be just as action-packed. We'll be right around the corner. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another game here at the TI10 group stages. We're halfway through the series of Alliance versus Undying. Game 1, of course, went the way of Undying and was quite the game.
What's the distance?
60-plus minute spectacle. A lot of back and forth. I mean, it really did, like, from the very start, looked great for Alliance. Then it looked great for Undying. Then it looked great for Alliance. Then it looked great for Undying. It went up and down, both ways. But yeah, Undying able to close it up at the end of it all.
Undying they played the team fights really well, as we were kind of expecting with their lineup. But then, toward that later stage, Alliance started turning them around a few times there. But then, yeah, end of the game, having all these stuns, it made the game a lot easier for them to play. They had so much control. Chronosphere, burrow strikes from a mile away, light strike array, stomps. They really did have absurd control, even though Alliance did such a good job of fighting versus it with all their crazy sustain from that IO. So let's see what we got. As Snapfire was ignored last game completely, and now he's first banned.
Turn to ban.
All right.
Or she's first banned, sorry.
Let's have a look what the ban is here from Alliance. I mean, after that last game... you're probably not sure. I think you're probably still banning one of the standards.
Yep, you banned the Tiny.
Yep. Alliance's
and now he's just going to take the T. Or the Shaker. Oh, okay.
Shaker time.
Switching it up.
Alliance, what do they like in their opener?
I keep wanting more teams to be picking the Rubik versus the Shaker, but it's only been Secret that I've seen do it. But I still think it's super good. If you steal Fissure, you get the Aftershock. It's crazy. You get Aftershock on all of your spells.
5 seconds
Not sure why that's still a thing, but...
Well, are Alliance team that would first phase the Silencer they like? Or?
It could be a possibility. It's really good versus Shaker throughout all stages, yeah. Possibility.
Oh, I do like it. And Limp had a fantastic game the other day on it.
He did. And now that they've lost with the Mars, right, they're probably feeling kind of dissuaded from picking it, since that was their opener with the IO.
Yeah, that's true. They might go elsewhere. I mean, not necessarily that it was a bad, Limp had a bad game. It was a hard game. I'll take that to the Tide.
Sheesh. Big fan of Tide. Super good hero right now. Always good versus combos.
What was the opener? We always see Tide and something else.
Snap. Tide Snap or Tide Lion.
Okay, Snap's gone. Lion
10 seconds remaining.
They do like the Lion Alliance.
Yeah, they're big fans of it.
Undying's turn to pick.
Disruptor.
Oh, that's a protection. I like it. Take it away from Undying.
Yeah, they would have liked that.
That's cool.
Tide.
Yeah, I like that a lot. That's smart. Sure, the combo isn't going to be as strong, but you can probably pick up the combo for the Tide later. Tide Disruptor's going to be safe lane, so.
Sure, but I guess there's still, for Undying, you say the Shaker's most likely to be Moon, so you can still get the Doom for Saberlane.
I think that is literally what I was going to say. I was just like, just pick the Doom. Yep, that's the solution from China, and it's worked majority of games, so I wouldn't want to see them stray away from it. But they'll do their Lina. They're very comfortable with it. Bryle had a hell of a game.
It was great.
So,
he loves his. He loves it.
And it is that first item BKB buyer versus the Tide Hunter that I've been seeing. Really strong. Also good versus the Disruptor. So, sure. If he's that comfortable on it,
10 seconds
then why not? I still think Alliance maybe do want to ban out the Doom.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would think maybe Undying's just thinking they won't. They're like, well, they're not going to pick it because they've already got the Tide, and maybe they do just feel that it's not going to be banned.
Yep.
And yeah, the Lina was that good last game that could very likely warranted a ban from Alliance in the second phase.
Agreed. Yeah, that's
they didn't get it here. And it's just one of those mids that you can pick second pick, and you don't really care what gets drafted against it.
Yep. And at the end of the day, if it is fully countered by, I don't know what it would be, that would fully counter Alina, maybe that TA mid or something like that, then you just move it as 4 position.
Sure.
Alliance's turn to ban.
TA is pretty good. I don't think he's probably not played any of it here, has he?
I don't think we've seen too many of it. I've only seen like the 1 or 2 TA picks, but I'm going to check it out. Let me just look.
Actually banning out the DK. Another one of Limp's classics. And for sure one of those sturdy laners that's
10 seconds
going to get forced out of lane by Alina after a few levels in.
So let's see. Templar Assassin, as of yesterday, has had 5 picks, 60% win rate. And let's see what it was. I imagine it's been picked versus like Lina every single time, but let's say it was picked versus Lina, it was picked versus a TA, it was picked versus Storm, and then it was picked versus Lina another time. So
10 seconds
and versus Storm another time. So a little bit of mixed coming out there. I'm surprised people are picking the TA versus the Storm. I actually really like the Storm in that matchup, but oh well.
Alliance's turn to ban.
Sven banned out. DK.
I wouldn't mind if Alliance to What was the team that went like Disruptor, Kunker, and Spectre?
That was
because that's pretty nice, right? You see something like a Shaker Lena. Like I think that's a really strong sort of combo of trio of heroes.
5 seconds remaining.
Undying is banning out the tanky armor heroes. DK Sven.
Undying team that play offlane ET. Saberlight ET.
Not as much. They could, but
you know
it's
what I mean?
usually
if they're banning
just
out those
Dubu.
plus armor heroes. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I mean. It could either be the ET or Weaver. I think is the other thing.
But no, yeah, you're right. Of course, because Dubu could just play it.
Yeah. The other thing, Weaver is the other one that I'm looking that perhaps they want to play for Tomato. Because it's really good versus Tidehunter. You don't have, like, Warcry and DK armor is annoying for the Swarm.
Alliances turn to ban.
And they will ban the TA, the Cup of Alina.
Okay.
So, just in case.
Yeah, I feel like you're either banning the ET or the Doom.
Yeah, ET or Doom. I agree.
They're the ones that. But I kind of feel that Undying maybe once should have banned the ET because they were banning those heroes to make you think that, so that you leave the Doom in so they can get the Doom.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Doom would definitely be higher up there. Favorability here for Undying.
5 seconds remaining.
I think for some reason I'm thinking it's just gonna be like some Weaver for Tomato.
Okay.
Even though it's Disruptor, he can be a little annoying, but.
Yeah.
They did pick Weaver the other day into literally every single counter.
I mean, they did, so they don't care. Yeah, you're right. They will do it.
He picked it into like 4 stuns in Chronosphere.
Yeah.
Let's see. What's the debate? And which one will they go down with? Taking their time.
Alliances turn to pick.
Yep.
I'm a little surprised it took that long to
Yeah,
go
me
with
too,
the
to be honest. I agree.
A lot of time spent on that.
Okay. Take the Invoker. Good old matchup versus the Lina. Hero that can just sustain through the nuke. You don't win the matchup, but it's very annoying for Lina in mid-game. Cold Snap is constantly canceling your animations. Hero that gets on top of you. Cold Snap, Tornado, they're on you. So Invoker can be nice. However, Lina does just rush to BKB now. So that is also good versus the Invoker in a way, but
5 seconds
banned
remaining.
out the Void. Unlikely that there's going to be a Nyx this game as well. So, sort of two of the ones that Invoker doesn't enjoy playing against. Almost, probably not going to be showing their faces this game.
And do they want to go for that ET on Dubu? Or do they want to switch it up a little bit?
It depends what they think. What routes Alliance going to go with their last 2 picks? I mean, Nico Baby, what sort of carries left? Quite a few carries been taken out the pool here.
Definitely someone who can bend. I mean, he already has.
You want someone that's going to be able to fight against this Lina. You know how big Bra's going to get.
Yeah.
You got to have something that can fight the Lina later on. I mean, what sort of carries does Lina not like fighting against?
Heroes that just get in her. It's the same. It's always usually the same thing. It's these heroes that just get in her face or just kill her faster than she can kill them, which would be Morphling. That's why. I feel like Morphling would have been a pretty good pick, but. I think Legion ET.
Yeah, I think they're going to be very happy with that ET pick, and Legion offering you that lockdown ability to sort of mess with the tide.
Dispel versus all these annoying things. A nice little heal mechanic. Great for the lane versus Disruptor. Yep.
10 seconds remaining.
Now, what carriers don't care about the ET? What carriers don't care about being dueled? Anything that could be nice.
It's not that many options. It's usually one of your strength ones, but
yeah.
So you don't really want to go for like Life Stealer.
I don't know if they would go for the Nico Baby Slarky, but there's a lot of AoE.
I don't know. If it's E versus Legion, also, it's just such a risk. It's a hard lockdown versus you. In lane, sure, you'll be able to. No, in lane, actually, Legion just owns you also. So. And King. All right. So potentially a position 4 Tide.
No. It'll be an...
Or 4 Sanking. I mean,
it's
one of the other.
I think it's surely going to be S4 Tide.
All right.
5 seconds remaining.
BKBs look real good for Undying now. You got Ravage, you got Static Storm, Invoker spells, Sanking spells. That Lina BKB is going to be super effective. So their last core ideally wants to be a pretty decent BKB timing core as well, too, I'd imagine, for Tomato.
Or they might want to go for the Lifestealer.
Or just a built-in one, yeah.
But then again, I don't know. Has Lifestealer been that impressive really in the games we've seen?
Not from not really from what I've seen. Especially like down even to the Disruptor. Like Disruptor's just getting the storms off onto him. It looked like.
On the band the Clinks. It was Undying, right, that we saw play the Lifestealer the other day, right?
Alliance played it twice, and Undying played it once.
They did play it once.
Oh no, they did play it twice. Sorry,
they played it twice.
They played it versus VP. I didn't get to see that.
I feel like okay, I guess it wasn't then. I was gonna say I feel like a team that did pick the Lifestealer, like they banned Clinks out before they were picking.
That's a good ban. Anti-Mage, they have it's a Sand King probably as a 3 position and Invoker as your mid lane, so could have potentially been a really nice AM game. They do have 4 pretty strong bruisers right now. I've said that a lot this tournament, but I feel like Anti-Mage hasn't been picked. But I've seen AM has been a last ban a lot because Invoker's become so popular, so is Sand King. 12 seconds.
What are the carries?
Alliances turn to ban.
Yeah, Weaver.
Ban out the Weaver. Yeah.
Also, just making sure that doesn't get through as the last one.
That's probably that tells me Lifestealer, right?
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I think we've seen this is what you ban out when you're playing something like the Clinks of the Weaver, this elusive ones that you're just not going to be able to hit.
Even the TA ban. Honestly, Lifestealer cannot play versus TA either. So these bans really do make quite a bit of sense here for me for Lifestealer. If he wants to go for it.
5 seconds remaining.
Or he goes. No, never mind. I was gonna say, or he goes like super late game like a Medusa, but. Doesn't look bad.
No, it's pretty good.
And doesn't care about any of this.
I'm not. And it's the Shard, right, for Legion, right? Like Legion can bail. Like say Lifestealer gets caught in the Static Storm.
He can bail him out.
Bails him out, and he's going to be able to get the rage off. So. But yeah.
Undying's turn to
Luna. I don't know. We'll see if it's going to be this Lifestealer runabout or if they're on something completely different.
And then for Alliance, what's the Nico baby that wants to get Alacrity'd up?
I mean, honestly, could it just be like one of the Deucer or the Jars again?
They could even just jog on Undying.
5 seconds.
I know I've said it like 10 times. You don't. It's always with these Tide Hunters. The Sand King is probably the 3 position. So
I feel like Jug's more underwhelming.
Lifestealer.
Okay.
Spectre.
They'll do their Tomato hero. Guess you should have seen that one coming, but the bans are a little weird then for me, but okay.
Yeah, I feel like something like a Clinks, just taking the dust with you, Tomato would be able to sort out any time jumping in with a horn.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah. Maybe just for laning reasons.
5 seconds remaining.
And they're going to be the
now select your heroes.
Okay.
Good versus. It can be good versus Spectre.
All right.
Lane is. You can actually trade with Legion. This is one of the ones where Legion can't trade back with you as effectively. And you will have Steroid.
I don't know, that Legion trades so well. I don't know if the lifesteals.
They haven't shown. But look, it's a 5 Tide Hunter.
All right, it is.
It is a 5.
Okay, well, I got to be honest. I'm definitely feeling more comfortable with Undying's lineup here.
And also Tomato went absolutely ape shit is the only word that I can think of. For the Spectre, he was like every single kill.
And Lifestealers are still sort of yet to be sold on the Lifestealer.
Yeah, that's my other thing too. I know that Nico is a really good Lifestealer, and the built-in rage is really nice this game, but Bryle popped off on Lina last game.
He did, and he's got it again.
Spectre's been looking good. Dubu's got his comfort. Moon's got his comfort. Alliance does have a couple of them, but a little worried after the situation of the Sand King from yesterday. However, the lane looks a lot better. I know yesterday's was just an impossible lane. He was versus Disruptor Monkey King.
You should you're not going to be dying against this.
S4 should have he should get a lot more this game. So that's the one nice thing that at least I'm looking at for Alliance.
All right. Yeah, well, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see if Nico Babe is able to carry against this. But, from what we saw last game, Bro was showing. I do. One sort of stun catches this lifesteal. I think he's just going to die.
Yeah.
I mean, who's going to save him? They've got good AoE. They've got good team fight.
They do.
Strong team fight with the rest of the 4 members of Alliance to bring against Undying. It's just going to be a case if they're going to be able to find Tomato in that early stage of the game and slow him down. Tomato, as you say, has been just a bit of a master of finding the space and finding the farm without being tripped up in that early stages of the game. So let's see, ladies and gentlemen, as we get into game 2 here, Undying versus Alliance. At the moment, Undying are the ones to take game 1.
And the other thing that I do want to say is that I love Disruptor. Don't get me wrong. This hero is one of my favorites at the moment. As a 4 position, it tends to be lackluster.
Well, you feel like that you've seen games where it just feels like you end up having 2 5s.
Yeah, kind of in a way. Of course, I understand why they did it, because the Legion Commander was picked, so they don't want him to just get his nuke, press the attack off every single time, and they already have these heroes set up, so...
And what is it sort of the 5 tide offers them this game?
I mean, I think they just like swapped it around because they didn't want to have it as a core. The 5 tide still does the same thing as a normal tide.
You pop the Ravage.
You won't have farm. It's just going to be a walking Ravage.
Yeah, it's just going to be the single Ravage. Unless we get like another 60-minute game, maybe he's going to get fresh then, but...
Doubtful for FNG. He never really gets farm.
30 seconds to battle.
I don't know. I'm not really feeling like he's going to be able to help the lane too much. Definitely worried for Nico Baby. I don't really feel like he's going to be able to do much.
I don't think that you feel like Steeler can trade against Legion early on. I feel like
he's one of the better ones.
Courage is just too strong.
Yeah, I agree. He's one of the better ones is what I meant when I was saying that.
Okay.
Like most heroes,
sure,
you
have
trade
something.
with him at all. You have something to at least be able to hit him back.
True.
But Legion, nobody can trade with Legion. I don't think there's a single hero that I can ever think of that trades back with Legion in laning phase anymore.
Of course, it's Master tier Legion as well, Saberlight.
With the way people are starting their items now, because everyone goes like Soul Ring and they get the early Helm of Iron Will. Look at this base damage, like 70 damage. Lifesteal's got like 50. Ooh. So trading back is not easy. He's at 55. He actually has more than I thought he would. Oh, because he's got the Gauntlet Circlet. Okay.
Yeah, we'll see how easy Nico Baby can get CS up here, because it definitely seems like a difficult lane to farm in.
Bryle immediately gets EMP'd by Limp. Let's see how this all goes down.
You said you're on bottom lane. S4 should be able to have an easier time farming them than Saberlight did last game. You think, with the Sand King?
I would imagine so, yeah. Versus the Spectre and versus the ET. He hasn't skilled his point yet. He did the same thing yesterday where he like waited to have Caustic and Stun. This is a lane where he can definitely get Caustic. Yesterday I wanted him just to get Sandstorm instantly because it's versus like the Monkey King lane. That's impossible, so. I guess this is pretty good too about the Disruptor 4 versus Dubu. These constant little slows are a little annoying in the off lane, and that's why we see S4 holding the skill point just in case. But that does make their lane quite a lot weaker there, as Tomato gets a range creep deny. And not having Caustic at level 1 won't be able to put any pressure on.
I imagine we saw Tomato's build, Falcon Blade, Axe, and then look for the action. And it works very, very well this time. We saw this here.
Range creep denies on both of the safe lanes. Saberlord also lost his. And yeah, this is the same thing, right? Like that's why it's like, what's the Tide really supposed to do? He gushes, it gets pressed the attack off as well.
Yeah, not
feels kind of bad.
I think it's a tough lane for Alliance.
Yeah, it feels a little weird.
I mean, Saberlight's gonna very freely farm up here.
Yeah, he's gonna press again. He can even just hit FNG back.
So separated them here for the creep wave. So,
that is a very nice fissure.
Yeah, look at that.
Wow, Saberlight's getting 0 moment of courage, Brock. He did not have a creep turn. Those creeps weren't actually turning on him. He's getting harassed nicely, and we are seeing these Caustics start to build up now, Tomato. Still getting good farm.
They're out of regen on this lane.
They really are. They have the Ring of Health soon, though.
Okay. Oh, wait, you're looking for light? I'm saying for
both sides don't have regen. Good call.
Undying's got nothing on them at the moment. What have we got coming out here? Just a lone salve. He has got the wand, but no regen at this moment.
He'll have to bring Storm. Saberlight. So it is working a bit. They're getting a good amount of trade onto him there.
Yeah, Nico Baby is farming.
Yeah.
He's not losing out on CS to the Legion at all. Yeah. In fact, he's a decent amount ahead. Nico Baby suffering against the increased pressure and that increased damage of the Legion.
Land Moon's just chain taunting. It's like non-stop. That's all I hear in my ears. What's S4 take at level 3? He's holding the skill point for now. It's most likely to be Sandstorm. 1-4-1, the usual. Hanskin. taking a beating. And yeah, look at S4 go. 23-3. Much better stuff this time on this Saint King.
Yeah, he's just crushing it down.
Mid, we're seeing Limp having a good time also. Double null into raindrop. He's just trading with Bryle, burning his mana every time he gets an opportunity. Lane's looking good. Saberlight.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're definitely right. They're not hurting him at all. Yeah. Bottom lane.
First blood on the sand strikes the perfect note.
Can Tomato get the trade?
He actually can't commit for it.
He's not going to be able to do so. First blood and nothing to be found in return. Alliance.
And as you mentioned, very low on regen, so Tomato even has to be careful walking up the wave here versus S4. So he'll just take tons of caustic damage. S4 is just immediately stunning the creeps.
Stop. He's going to be a right beast.
Saberlight. So usually I think with, if it was a Legion plus a ranged hero versus Nico Baby, he'd be struggling, of course, a lot more. But the fact that he has an Earthshaker, that's where I feel like Lifestealer's able to thrive a lot better versus Legion Commander. Because he trades back and no one else is hitting him. So he just gets the extra sustain back. And the lane looks pretty decent.
It really does. It really does. All three cores of Alliance. Hot start here.
Oh, S4 with some nice efficiency plays, pulling both waves into the small camp. Some of the creeps will just say, I don't want to be there. They walk away, but he's getting great farm.
Unit. Not really too much that can be done in terms of rotations either. We're not really... Maybe, I mean, we've got FNG heading over to the mid. Maybe get some warding done around.
Undying's already starting getting these stacks started. Hard camp stack on the right side, hard camp stack on the left side. Always looking to enable their cores as a Limp. Give a haste. Can't chase Moon though.
He's gonna try.
He has backup coming in, but I see Dubu as well as the lean in the area. Can't quite.
Not enough firepower to bring down Moon.
And now this is the nice thing that you can do about Lifestealers when you are playing versus Legion is leave him. He can just hold his ground versus the Legion Commander now at this point with phase boots, with the double passives. And then we'll see what FNG does with his movements. Scout out some stacks, block some camps, and whatnot on this Tidehunter. He did block the Ancients.
Maybe see if they can get a dive in onto
They might be able
Saberlight.
to.
He's very low. And
they're going to get him. Over Venom slow plus this Ghoul Frenzy.
Very nice there for Nico Baby.
And that's, I mean, FNG buying Orb of Venom early on, paying dividends for sure too. Very cool.
And over to the side.
Look at him go.
Limp, he's set up on a Moon. War stick charges. That will save Moon. Moon's able to get away and get out of there. Yeah, 3 farmer, a kill, and severe amount of tower damage being done just 7 minutes in up top.
FNG's still in the area too. Saberlight's coming back, but Limp and FNG are here. They might have to bring another one.
They've got Dubu in the neighborhood.
They're gonna commit for Saberlight.
They are. Just come into this, the MP down. Nico Baby taking tower hits though, have to be a bit cautious.
Okay. I thought they were gonna glyph the wave.
They want to go back in. Horn's coming out though, and they are rather low. They take down one. Tornado from Limp holds back the chase. They will get punished there with the Horn coming in from Tomatoes. FNG goes down.
Tomato, no funny business. Haunts up, haunts back down immediately after doing so he doesn't lose any type of efficiency from it. Not sure how much longer he really wants to stay down bottom though, so maybe wants to port away from there pretty soon also.
We have Ryle.
Big EMP.
Yeah, stepped up for the rune. He's still got the fairy fire and a bottle charge. He tries to dodge the glimpse back. In fact, the uphill miss, he's going to be able to live. Get the salve off. The tornado also dodge. Bryle steps to the side. He'll get away there.
Saberlight just keeps trying to go back up there to trade with him, but he just can't. And now we see S4 farming an Ancient stack. We saw him do this the other day too. On his way toward Blink. Great early start. Alliance, 2K lead already. Tomato's getting good farm, but
This could be a heavy one to carry.
It could be.
We have seen him do so, and he's on a great hero to do it, as long as he's the one getting the space.
He's gonna need. I feel like he's gonna actually need to carry pretty hard because they're gonna blink so early on Sanking. Invoker already automatically makes your team get on top of Lina because he cold snaps and tornadoes so you can get to her. So does feel like it's gonna be a pretty uphill battle for Undying after these lanes have played out. Legion Commander fully shut down too. And they took top tower very early on. So now they have easier access also into this triangle. If Nico maybe wants to like peek his head in there, check out if there's any stacks. There is a triple right now in the hard camp, but I imagine Bryle's going to go there very soon to clean it up.
See where FNG's heading it. Have a bit of a warning mission.
Finds his entry.
They've got, so farm these stats, quite a few around it. Nico, baby, he's had enough of sort of farming as deep as he were. Head back to the safety of his half of the map. Try and get this armlet done.
FNG jungling the enemy side. Sure, nothing else happening, so might as well. While his Sanking finishes up Blink Dagger, and S4's pretty much got it. After that bounty, he does. Very early. One of the earlier Blink Daggers I've seen on a Sanking. With boots, Ring of Health, Soul Ring, Quelling Blade. He is rich.
Nice 4. I mean, he did have a very good start in the last game as well. Got the 3 kills in the lane as the Doom, and this time around it's been all about hitting the creeps. 82 CS, 9.5 minutes in. Top net worth, nearly by a clear 1,000.
And Tomato has to just ditch out this lane. I don't think he can be down here. He'll die. He'll die to an Epi Burrow with the Disruptor in the area. Moving toward mid. Limp.
Oh.
Actually walking right at
Tomato.
Tomato.
It's close. Tornado's off the mark, though.
That was very off the mark.
Now FNG might pay the price. Turn back around in onto the tide. Moon is dying.
It's a tanky tide.
It's a little bit of an awkward duel. They won't get the bonus damage. Will they actually get the kill? Well, they will, but FNG does still end up going down. The 1-for-1 trade. And bottom S4. Gonna do here. Looks like he's trying to make the move with the epicenter. Wasn't enough damage. He's gonna have enough here with the Burrow Strike at the Sandstorm with Limb stepping over. They certainly will. Cold Snap. Dubu cannot get out of the Sandstorm.
On your knees. Bounty.
Great plays continue for Alliance. And good deep aggressive vision too. I think they're realizing they're good early timing here. With these 2 aggressive wards too, they're going to be able to keep capitalizing and keep making these early aggressive moves to hunt the Spectre. Moon nowhere near a Blink Dagger. So if they can keep applying this pressure on these lanes, it's going to be hard for Moon ever to find that. He's got the Tome just chilling inside his inventory for now. He's still level 4 on Shaker though.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Slow start for both supports, yeah.
On this tower now. They're going to need to hold this. They do have the TP coming in from Saberlight. Limp, he's watching from the side.
Hunt's going to put the 3rd point in the nuke. Okay. That I usually don't see. Usually it's 2-2-1. Then you see 2-4-1. His glimpse range, his catch is going to be much weaker now. He potentially could have gone for Tomato there, but
Saberlight,
duel. Tornado
is able to stop the duel for now, and that will give FNG the chance to get the Ravage off. Catches the 2 of them, will allow them to set up back onto Saberlight. So a trade, and well, trade they'll take really. They'll take down the offlane there, Alliance to only lose the support. And
it costs them a lot though. It is a static storm and a Ravage, just both of those ultimates from the supports. But with the pace of the game right now, sure, why not? It's not like Undying's really looking to make much happen at all. Lina's just farming, Spectre's trying to farm to get his item. Limp will be going straight for that Midas after the urn, not finishing a Spirit Vessel. I like it. It's been most of the Invokers we saw go straight to Spirit Vessel and then into Midas, and I feel like they delayed their Midas too much. So I like that he's moving the priority up a bit. Ryle, he sees him for a second though, but it doesn't matter.
S4 gets the jump. In with the Burrow Strike on top of the Lina. Bryle's gone.
That feels bad too. He sees him revving the Epi as soon as the smoke breaks, and he's like, oh no.
There's not a lot he can do there. He's got to be careful there and Saberlight. He's going to go for the duel. Does hit the backup of Tomato.
Oh, he can't win.
He doesn't get the bonus damage.
He can't win.
Oh, unfortunate Saberlight. 3 times now with these duels, and they just haven't quite got them in time. The kills not being there.
1 hit. Oh, man. Poor lad. Oh, and it's a 5K lead already. And there's now going to be a Midas coming out for Limp. This is pretty crazy already for this early game for Alliance.
Yeah, I mean, Nico Baby and S4 are just super fun. Yeah. Bots is pretty close to being done on S4. 13 minutes in, Nico Baby having the full Sanj on top of the armlet. Saberlight's heading over, but no duel for 5 seconds, and Nico Baby knows that.
You see ya. Thinking about going back in with the Trumpeter. His team is walking over. S4 and Hanskin in the area. Hanskin maxed the nuke. Holy. So not really many glimpses that we're going to be seeing, but...
Oh, look at the jump on Saberlight. Mana's burn, Static Storm out. They will have the stomp out onto the 3 of them, but Saberlight won't be saved. Tracker rate down onto S4. Slam as well. They'll kill the Sand Kings.
Holding the tower for a moment as well, but the Alliance continue for it.
I mean, there's still a Ravage. Ravage up in a couple of seconds for FNG.
Nico Baby's too low though. Not healthy enough. He's going to back away. And yeah, Midas coming out. So they did fix that a little bit there with that kill onto S4. A nice big fight.
How much they get for the kill? 400 gold from there.
But space for Tomato. He was the whole time just farming while all of Alliance was sitting in the mid lane. So he's got 2 components.
FNG taking some space at the top.
Yep. Lim 4 points in his Kraken as well. I like it. Very survivable.
Making sure he can get off that Ravage in the team fights.
Yep, make sure he doesn't get dueled and die. A little bit of extra damage block, but more so it's obviously about that threshold. Damage threshold 450. Should be able to get it off most of the situations. Saberlight.
Oh,
the ward.
It should be a...
Oh. Splitter. It's off the... Oh, he did not get him into it.
Yeah, Splitter's not hitting. They've got...
He won.
He wins the duel.
But not Bryle.
S4 tries to go for the epicenter, but the dust is already out. Now opts for the 2-man burrow strike to set things up first. Bryle, he's dead. Saberlight, can he get away? Hanskin, he has got a glimpse available. Could drop a ward down and trying to use the Sunstrike to get that vision.
It's level 2 glimpse though. He's maxed the nuke as I was mentioning before, so can't actually get that with the range. Didn't have vision either.
But they got the duel done.
Got the duel. And what else? How many ults did they use for that too? It's Laguna, duel, plus a splitter. And when Alliance is back up with the Tidehunter, he still has Ravage. And he's even farming. He's got Medallion. I mean, FNG's finding stuff on the map. He's able to get his Solar Crest too. Then he's gonna have a steroid for the Lifestealer's gonna have double steroids plus Gush on his team, which will look really nice. While Spectre doesn't really have much of anything. He has Cresty Attack, but he's not the most useful hero, I guess, with it in comparison to a lot of others.
At this stage, even with the action, Tomato's going to be in sort of cleanup mode rather than straight kill mode. We have a duel.
Another one, but another unsuccessful one is now.
Is he going to be in trouble for this Saberlight? Nah, they put the stomp, trying to hold them back, but Alliance don't get caught from it. FNG's still trying to head in.
Lim's connecting with an Infest.
Find Tomato. They bring down the Spectre, Cold Snap. They have damage though, they don't. By the looks of it, Fisher, the glimpse that
glimpse, though.
Gets it back over, and that will catch him. Hanskin drags him back in range, and that attempted Fisher to save him from Moon doesn't end up doing the job there as they bring him straight back over.
And they instant smoke. So they're looking for another play perhaps. Epi's still on cooldown, but Ravage is still ready. They just want to keep playing fast. On top, Blackroot the catapult, Saberlight trying to get in for the duel.
And they have it, the
what an
setup's
angle.
there. Fisher comes in, Saberlight's able to wrap around through the trees, and Limp just hitting the tower, was not ready for that whatsoever.
Maybe playing a little overconfident as Owen, click on him. Oh no. Oh no, the Midas.
Still with that lead though, 5k up, but Saberlight starting to get the dual damage. Got the armlet ready for the next one, so.
And I guess he felt safe because his team was all on the right side next to him, and there is like a million sentries in the area, so he's like, there's no vision over there. Like, he's just gonna walk up blindly to go for that type of play, but a very successful one for the Team Undying. Not slowing down Nico Baby though. Look at him go. 2,200 above the Spectre. He's gonna have really good timing on that Deso after that Singe as well too. And for like a long time, for like all time of Dota, is Lifestealer versus Spectre. Lifestealer has very good timings versus him. You just eat him alive. You do like this nice percentage heal. You stick on him very easy, and you hit hard. Built-in range always works really good versus any type of dispersion and stuff. FNG.
Look at the catch on a mid. Epi's dropped there. S4, another initiation. They'll now start to move. Coming over towards the top. I mean, once the Deso's gone, do you think they'll go straight towards Roche? Can they just walk into the pit and take it in Alliance with this lineup?
A little bit harder this time around because of Shaker, ET, Spectre. Okay. Easy ways to get information in there. Maybe they'll have to get a kill first and walk in, but they do kill it quickly, for sure, with alacrity and all that.
Oh, FNG's a little light. I mean, Saber light.
The Ags is ready on Spectre, so Alliance better be ready for the heat to turn up.
FNG, he's been caught. Another nice sneaky movement there from Saberlight coming in from the trees.
And now they know, right? Now they know that that Ags is online for Spectre. So now I think for Alliance, it's going to be more about playing together. At least with like 2-3 heroes, just playing kind of buddy system. I think Limp can maybe play a bit more on his own still because he has the boots of travel. But yeah, they have to play more together so that they don't just get picked off now because of just shadow stepping into duel over and over again.
Yeah, this top area of the map. Rather scary for them, despite the fact they have this ward down. Saberlight a couple of times just been able to walk up and duel.
Up in 30.
We do have the static storm to follow the burrow strike. Will be enough to get a kill if Undying step up.
No blink on Moon Meander still. Very poor this game. 19 minutes and he still isn't. That's 500 away. That is one of the later blink daggers I've seen on Shakers. Has been a rough game for the start here. Nearly 20 minutes in, 7,000 gold lead. Just efficiency from Alliance way higher. And just map control, too. Like, look, they pushed all 3 towers. Undying has barely even touched the tower. Limp. Shadow step. The quick tornado.
Nothing to be found here. Get the initial jump. There's just more space for Nico, baby.
He is
Radiant's middle
huge.
tower is under attack.
They're pinging out the rush. Saberlighter is already calling it. Saberlight knows that they're going to go for it, though. So
yeah,
with Gush and everything, I think Undying's going to be able to fight this.
Yeah, this is definitely a little spooky.
Lina is running out of the base right now.
No blink on the Shaker. Even so, Alliance, they back out with smoke.
They're bluffing.
I know that Undying's going to be drawn towards the Roche pit. S4's ready to lead him for play. And he'll start things off on Dubuk. You have the counterplay coming in though. Dubuk does go down. Lovely line on the tornado there, catching the two of them. Ravage as well onto Saberlight will allow Nico Baby to get the second kill.
But he goes
bursted down there. Brawl standing his position here, popping the BKB. Will hit back and hit back hard. 2 dead on Alliance. Hansken also going to be run down here by Tomato and Brawl. Get the glimpse off onto Brawl, but Tomato and Moon will stay on target. 3 dead on Alliance as Undying are prepared to fight back.
Bryle in perfect position, and we're absolutely seeing why they do want to be first two grabbing it every time. Just sits back, waits till Lifestealer shows. He just full auto attacked him. Look at this. Should look at this fight recap. 31-64 for the Lina, just mostly auto attacks. Able to stick on him super easy. BKB to dodge the Ravage. Yeah, nicely done. Duel may be a little ambitious with the timing that he did initially, but ends up getting the kill anyway.
Dire's top tower is under attack
because of it.
Yeah, forces Alliance to stick around for the fight.
Yeah. And they still will have Echo Slam for the next fight. Moon now level 13, so at least his Echo Slam. At least his Echo Slam will be level 2, so lower cooldown. And yeah, Blink Dagger finished. Solar Crest already. Nico Baby's very strong. He's got the S and Y, gonna be going for AC next.
Tomato though, 3-1-5. He's
getting a lot.
He usually carries the games if he's in this sort of position. I feel like he's gotten through the tough bit of the game.
And he is going for this Orchid build, which is very useful versus Nico Baby. Nico Baby actually went Halberd. Okay. I thought I did see that, and why I wanted to have just that little bit of extra miss, right? Status resist will help a little bit versus the silence, but this Orchid, the timing that Tomato is going to have on it in a moment is going to be very impactful for sure. Versus both the Invoker and the Lifestealer. Limp is about to finish BKB though. That could be a pretty clutch timing for him also. Counteract that Orchid.
Yeah, I imagine Saberlight's going to be wanting for Limp the most.
Yeah.
They're still going to have to walk in, but as we've seen, they have good stuns to set up. Fisher, Light Strike, buy time for Saberlight to charge in and get the duel off.
Saberlight will soon start becoming a glorified support.
Ready to sit on the shoulders here of Tomatoes.
This Orchid is done.
Absolutely worked before. Going back for the Manta, and then he usually goes for the Nullifier after that.
Nullifier, then Bloodthorn after the Manta, and then good luck, supports. You just die to illusions. Hansen's got his defensive item. He's got his Glimmer finished up.
Is under attack. Money to burn.
It's the smoke right now, so they're hunting. Tomato just waiting in the wings, waiting in the trees.
Oh, who's gonna head down? FNG.
FNG.
Oh,
nope.
Nope.
Just kidding. Bluffing the rush.
Hang on.
FNG
They trapped him in.
He's trapped.
Oh, they have. Moon gets the angle.
Oh, and that dagger actually hits Hanskin as well. Spirit on top of the scout. Stop connect. But a tier 1 will be taken. Ryle, he has BKB.
Trying to get on top of him. And
oh, nice press. Doesn't have to use his BKB. Nico Baby with an early rage running in.
oh, they get the glimpse on a Briar, but still hard to get in, as you say, with the rage already used.
Yeah. And Saberblade, I mean, he's got the shard now. So these constant press attacks will be problematic.
They're coming in. They're in on top of Hanskin. Light Strike Array comes down as well. That's going to be Hanskin going down. Over on the side, S4's tried to jump in.
He's too deep.
But there's nothing else to back him up. S4 is going to be left behind. The Alliance starting to get shaken up again in these mid-game fights. It's sort of a similar sort of timing that they struggled with in the first game.
And that wasn't really big commitment at all either from Undying. They haven't really used any big ultimates.
Dota 2 is a fun and balanced game.
On it, Sanking, yep. S4 just went in with the Epi. His team was not ready to go in at the same time. And Nico Baby was not at the ready. Already used Infest, already had raged and ran out.
Oh, look at this.
Dying, another
just
one.
Go.
Another duel.
Duel and a jump in for Tomato. I mean, Saberlight, he may have struggled to get the duels early on, but now the damage is racking up. 70 plus damage now. As this combo, it's just going to keep doing it. I mean, as you said, how do you stop this from happening to you? Alliance just have to keep
Alliance have to be the ones.
Grouped, or
they have to be the ones to make the first move. Once they start getting behind, this is one of the always the fears too as like disruptor lineups. Is once you start getting behind, you start getting ran at. You're never getting the catching plays. You're never getting these glimpses and these setups. Yeah, itemization so far by Undying has been perfect. Like, it's just it's a BKB Lina, so it's hard to always take the fights versus her because she's got that. She's got the press, the attack shard, mini BKB, and then Hunt just always starts the fight. So they always just know where everything is. Starting to get a bit complicated here for Alliance. Lifestealer still top in net worth, but very soon to be surpassed by both cores of Undying. FNG needs Blink. I think they need double initiations. I don't think the Sanking's enough. So he will be getting decently close to about 600 gold away. But they're going to need to do some explosive initiations. Like I think it actually might have to be Infest most of the time, or Nico Baby just has to be in a good position to just... He has to be there for the follow-up as soon as those like Epis and Ravages do come out. Limp is going to be going for Axes. He's going for like the full Axes. He's gone for the Exort now. Maxed out with the Wex. That'll be good follow-up.
They will have that combo. Yeah, good setup with the Ravage. Or even just S4 finding a good Burrow Strike. Undying, no, they're into the pit. They're going to take this very quickly.
Alliance have a lot of control on the map. And there's Ward already on the high ground. And yeah, this is dead. This is free. And this is without even the Spectre being there. The Tomato's still just bottom. is quite huge. Trial will Aegis.
Immortality.
Looking to look for a catch here.
S4, is he going to show himself?
He's pinging. He wants to go on Tomato. He does not know the whole team is there.
All backed up behind Tomato.
They know he's there.
S4's going to go.
He's getting baited.
He's going in. They're baited indeed. And now they look to turn the fishes out. They get the duel off. And they get the damage. More plus damage for Saberlight into the trees as well. I mean, Undying, they've just been setting these traps as we saw last game, and Alliance were falling for them. Game 2, they're falling for them again.
Yep, great reads of the map, really. They were so patient waiting there inside of the tree line, waiting for S4 to go, and just instant counter initiation. Yeah, it really is just great map reads. And now DD top. Moon Meander's got his blink. He's looking to catch more. Limp. Yeah, go.
Sam's start things. Tomato jumps over. Limp's gone.
Okay.
Oh, Alliance, they're crumbling. And this time round, we saw, last game, they were able to recover from the crumble by having Nico Baby on something, like this gyro buffed up by Naya. I don't think a Lifesteal is going to have that same sort of turnaround potential to hit back.
He's no longer top net worth either. They have totally lost footing in this game. How many sequence kills? I mean, look at the graph. Like, that kind of tells the story of it all. From 20 minutes onward, it's just been
What's the graph? But it's F8, isn't it?
F6 for me.
Oh, hang on, I can click it.
There we go. Don't click F9.
I don't want to press it. I don't want to pause it. There we go.
So yeah, look at that. Ever since the 20-minute mark, pretty much, honestly, as soon as they got the shard on the Legion Commander, the shard on the Legion and the BKBs finished up, there's just so many different ways to protect Bryle. And then Tomato's just playing on opposite side, and they always get the initiation and the jump.
Dire are scanning.
Oh, Mindbreaker as well. That's a lovely one.
Oh, that's good. He's not going to win. Slither's OP.
Oh, I guess, no. But
for Saberlight's really good, too.
There's extra procs, more plus magic attack.
The silence is, that item, silence.
Oh, and look at him
go.
Me. He's in,
it's
onto
quick.
Limp, the backup's there. And now he's even going to look to start charging down another, maybe get some hits and onto Hansken. He might die for this one, Saberlight.
He's got a press TP, but he's gone down.
He is, S4, Power Strike's there. They get the kill, but hey, he got more damage.
Sure
Whatever,
did.
causes distraction. 4 heroes have to come up there for him. Limp's dead.
He's
happy with the work done there, Saberlight.
Yep, and it was Infest. Infest I won't count as one. That's a low cooldown one. But it was Static Storm, and it was an Epicenter. Undying, they're going to have everything up in a second here. They still have... I feel like they always have Haunt. It's always up because of Shadow Step. And look, being a support at this point in the game is miserable. As we said, once the Manta comes out, you're just dead to a Shadow Step. You're dead every 30 seconds if you show on the map.
Dota 2 is a fun and balanced game.
I agree, man. I mean, that's a good voice line right there for the Spectre jumping in with the Aghanims over and over again.
Yeah, and I see these Spectre performances from Tomato, and I feel like you might have to just ban Tomato Spectre. Like
might have to be.
It seems like such a solid carry performance every time from Tomato, and
Bryle's Lena's another.
Bryle's Lena.
They're too comfortable on it. The Alliance have, literally last 11 minutes they haven't gotten a single thing on the game. They've gotten some random kills onto like the Legion Commander and stuff like that, but it's been all Undying with beautiful map reads, good vision, and just playing around it. The Alliance have no response right now.
And look at this top. They're trying to hunt down Lim. They have got the dust.
That was a real haunt.
You talking to me?
Dota 2 is a fun and balanced game.
And there's the Bloodthorn. So now we saw those illusions before. They are even stronger versus those poor supports as they're all going to be critting. And then if you look at the talent, when we get 25, he doesn't quite have it yet, but plus 32% haunt illusion damage works on your Shadow Step. So your Shadow Step haunts goes to 112%. It is very strong.
And we're seeing as well, Undying can move around pretty split across the map because Alliance is just, as soon as they see any member of Undying right now, they're just so scared because they know how easy it is for Undying to just have this backup arrive in the fight.
They almost instantly just have 3 heroes there.
Look.
The Spectre and the Lina.
Straight in, onto Hansken. The Infest comes out trying to keep Hansken alive, but there's the duel. Saberlight locks him down, takes him out.
140 damage on Saberlight.
Completely crushed it. Honestly, as I said, I really feel Saberlight's the definition of an offlaner. Just early game, not great, but then he picks it up big time each and every time.
He's playmaker. That's what I always like to see. Is Cataclysm gets committed onto Saberlight, they'll get him.
of course, as we were talking about, as usually is the case.
But that is a Cataclysm committed for the kill. But I mean, it's like what? It's gonna be up again in like 90 seconds or so.
And these two, yeah, Brian and
so
Tomato. What are you gonna do against them?
And he already has MKB.
What are you gonna do?
He's already got the True Strike after that Silver Edge. Also, Silver Edge is also one of the better items versus Lifestealer because you are a double passive. And no. And, oh no, and he beat as well.
Whoa, wait, whoa. Oh, I should have kept the camera off that. My bad.
And now Nico, baby.
Oh no. Oh. Well, that was
hey.
No, that's not. No.
Ooh, this accelerated very quickly.
Okay.
Oh boy. And now look at the Spectre on Limp. I mean, Limp will be okay, but you just need to run from illusions.
Well, that was
Yup.
Not a great moment there for Alliance that last minute.
That was painful.
Yeah. Oh wow, Undying.
Dire's top tower
Very
is
comfortable right now, I can imagine. I think they're having a great time. You saw the tips coming out from them there. They know it. They know that
Dire's top tower has fallen.
there's probably no coming back in this game for Alliance.
No, most likely not. I mean, that 7K lead actually feels more like a 17K or 20K lead. It doesn't feel like they can get anything. Oh, yep. Ravage as well as Epi.
Yeah.
Now they don't even have time. Like when Tide respawns, they still got 70 seconds. They can't do anything. All lanes pushing in. Game is grim as... Oh.
Yeah, he's in.
He's gone.
He's out.
He's gone. Good old Shadow Step. And they're about to hit 25 on both of the cores.
Yeah.
Bryle has actually gotten it.
The 32% haunt damage.
It's so much damage.
Gem on him as well, so Glimmer ain't gonna do much.
Visibility.
He's actually just going Moonshard.
Yeah, he just wants to kill. I mean, nowadays
just
with
wants attack speed.
attack speed working for your illusions, it's one of the best things to buff up.
I think the Basher was a lot more valuable for him, but you know what? Whatever. I think he's just starting to have a little bit of fun in the game.
But illusions can't bash.
Okay, fair.
But illusions can hit faster.
Okay.
So, you know, he's thinking about the duck in and the duck out.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, he's so big. He's
going to have both before you know it.
Alliance.
Here we go.
This could be one of the last hurrahs for them.
No Ravage, though.
Moon?
All right, that's a five-man Fisher.
God.
He just,
Five-man Fissure, five-man Aftershock, and...
Yeah.
Fun and balanced.
It's not been a pretty ending to the game here for Alliance.
No. As now...
I think that was a five-man Fisher.
I believe it was.
I think Kraken sort of saved FNG, but that smoke just, Moon just laying down the Fisher.
Again with the vision, too.
And,
Like, they just had placed the ward down, smoke breaks, they see everybody, Moon just lands them.
Up the base they go.
That's the game. Lifestealer 50 seconds.
Probably is.
He just spent his gold. He just bought a full AC right before that, and he died instantly.
That's one set. Let's see Undying want to take it nice and slow. So they will. Go for the racks here. Go for the cleanup before trying to force the end.
Dire's top tower.
Lions, they have one more fight in them. They have all their ultimates, but it has to be something it's completely incredible. As Undying are just so far ahead. I mean, this feels like one of those games where the net worth doesn't quite show how far ahead they are.
Yeah.
It's a Tomato.
My lord. Yeah, things, like we said, since the 20-minute mark, 16 minutes of brutal beatdown onto Alliance. It's just been game plan. It's really just been really good preparation, it seemed like, from Undying. Really understanding reads of the map, understanding timings, and just waiting for it. They waited for the Spectre to get that timing of the Aghanims, waited for him to get the Orchid, and then they just found all the great pickoffs. And that read bottom was, really good, too. After they get the Aegis, they wait, they bait the Sand King.
Nice four. He's got for it.
Ravage.
The Ravage. Bryle is taken out. Saberlight as well. Alliance. Can they do more with this? They're over to Moon. Cold snaps out. Moon set himself up in the air with the Yules, but Alliance are waiting for him on the way back down. Alliance. They have managed to find a pretty sizable turn here with the 3 kills they pick up.
And Roche
straight
is up.
to Roche.
They have buybacks. Undying all does have buybacks.
All right. It ain't over yet, folks.
But it is for Huntskin. as he dies inside the base again, can't do anything. And now the buybacks, as we mentioned, for one. Haunt is back up in 2 seconds.
Okay, so Alliance got to be careful now. They're still trying to finish this Roche. Moon. Oh,
he whipped.
No, he whipped big
On the
time.
floor.
Oh, no. No slam for Moon. Out for 100. I think, was it your FNG's illusion just gave him a tap?
I think so, yeah. I don't know. It was an illusion tap or a sandstorm tap or something. And now they get a Roche. Woo!
Okay, well, you've definitely seen it all, ladies and gentlemen, in this game.
This series has its ups and downs.
Yeah. This is some crazy stuff here.
But finally, Alliance is able to land a combo, right? Like it's been 20 minutes since they have it.
Come on,
Lip though, Lip,
run!
Dude, this Penta Edge sword also with the illusions, the attack range on the illusions with the moonshine, like they're hitting him from so far away. Oh boy.
Saberlight.
Saberlight.
Oh,
He
what
hurts.
does he do?
Oh, I actually love that. With the Blast Rig, it forces them to attack you, so it does 300 instant damage onto them too as a Legion. That's a pretty cool little mini combo I haven't really ever thought of.
It's queuing up the Eon Disc as well on Saberlight.
It is all about the boom wombo combo right now for Alliance, right?
Sure, I guess making sure that he can live to sort of lock down the the cause.
Same thing, Bryo. Bryo's got an Aeon too. Look, Aeon Disc. He's gonna pop. Can he disengage though? Tomato's here.
He's got the backup, Bro. Heading into Nico Baby. Nico Baby trying to stand up against Bro, but Bro's out to the side. And now Nico Baby's got to be running. He's trying to get out of there. The Aegis will be taken out of him. Undying to go for another round. S4's in with the burst strike over towards Tomato, but Bro just punches into S4. S4 goes down. Dagger out onto Nico Baby. Jump forward for Saberlight. They've got the duel. Not quite providing the help here. Bro and Tomato, they don't want to go in there.
Ooh.
Careful about the cataclysm.
He gave him the duel. 30 damage.
Jump over to the side. Burst strike comes in, but already Tomato's jumped back out. And Tomato, he's out this. Doesn't want a part of this fight.
All right, now Nico Baby has 4,400 gold out of nowhere. A full Scotty will be picked up for him shortly. Signs of life still for Alliance.
And there certainly is. There may be 2 sets of racks down and definitely suffering with a few blunders in the mid-game. Still holding on in the same sort of fashion that they were last game. Recall's going to be here now for Undying. Tomato, his own BKB finished up.
Going still a little bit safer. So going for that Moon Shard. And where's the gem? Did he put it back somewhere? Did he give it to Dubu? I didn't see where it went.
Gem on Moon.
It is on Moon, okay. So he did pass it over. Does mean that inside the fight he's going to have to just carry a dust.
Oh, look at this jump though.
Jump.
They're going
Ravage.
into the high ground. They get a 3-man Ravage. They'll look towards Dubu first, but now Tomato comes out with the jump straight over towards FNG. FNG goes down. Also S4 dying underneath the tier 3.
Oh, that was very deep as they don't have buyback.
And they're trying to run Nico Baby's going for the TP out. And he's fine.
Okay.
Just stop him through the rage and limp. Can they catch him, Fisher? Anything else to gap close?
Close. But not quite. They do have another blink up in 3. Definitely will have to push him back. Fissure in 2.
Can he find him, Moon?
Oh, Saberlight's here too.
He is. They've got the Fisher. Limp is in trouble. They've managed to catch him as Limp.
Oh!
No deal for Saberlight though, thanks to the neutral.
Even Gaben's trolling him.
Doesn't get the damage there.
He bought Boots of Travel, I think, for that play, so he could Boots of Travel up to cut him off. Saberlight's inventory looks very funny, to say the least. Boots of Travel, Soul Ring, Armlet, Blink. It does not look like your usual Legion Commander one, but that Ravage just a little bit too deep.
I mean, they were diving in. They still had the tier 2 up at the time.
Yeah.
They went straight in for sort of the surprise play. I appreciate, the attempt there. It's always great to see that sort of risk taken, but a risk that did not pay off in this situation is now have been forced to buy back on Limp.
And we do see Nico Baby. He's actually opted to go for a BKB because I think he's just afraid of that Bloodthorn a lot. So instead of going for Scotty, has a secondary form of immunity for himself.
Now, Alliance has to be a little bit aware of maybe Undying looking to jump the high ground.
Dire's bottom
A Ravage for 50. He's showing himself. Gets caught by the Stomp.
He's got to be careful. Look at the illusion.
Oh, that glimmer.
The glimmer.
But they got the duel. They're able to catch him, bring him back. Cataclysm comes out, but it's going to be completely dodged.
Oh, and they need that. They need all the damage they can get. A Cataclysm whiffing is definitely quite problematic. Ryle going to town. They get the initial stun.
So they get out with the rage in time. S4 jumps forward. The setup here on the Brawl, but Brawl's got the BKB. Just turns around, takes out S4. S4's gone. No buyback on the sand kick. He has got his buyback. Ravage up in 5. They'll take the range racks and they'll back off.
They're really giving a lot of respect still even. But the Cataclysm is on cooldown. I think that's a fake back, yeah. They're going to fake back smoke, wait for the rego.
Yeah, duel in 2 seconds.
Yep, Shadow Step at the ready too.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
Oh, he consumed his Aghanim. I was like, what the hell did Tomato, what's he missing? He consumed his Aghanim just so he can keep his boots in. And that is the Megas.
Dire's bottom barracks.
Saberlight still wants to look for a duel. Oh.
Thinking about it.
He wants to jump. They set up onto Nico Baby here, but really need to take the risk. They'll jump in with the illusions.
Trying to bait the BKB.
And he's in.
You see somebody else.
He catches Hansken. Hansken out and down, no buyback.
Oh, Nico Baby!
G does get the ravage on the 2 of them. Now Nico Baby looks to turn. Will bring down Saberlight. It's very low. Infest into the creep. Brawl stepping over. Eon Disc to be popped.
Ryle wants him.
See if we can find Nico Baby. Nico Baby with the jukes hit. And around as a creep. Now he'll come back out. Rage in a second, but he's not going to get the chance to get it off. Nico Baby falls. FNG2. A buyback from the Lifestealer, but it's just down to the 2 of them. 10 seconds and S4 will be back in. But the Mega Creep's pushing in against them.
They know his BKB's down. They can just commit onto him with the Shadow Step Bloodthorn in a second when they see an opportunity. But they're okay. They're gonna back up.
They respect. Yeah,
they're a little low on mana.
They're playing it careful. I mean, they know how comfortable of a position they are in right now. Undying. No need to take any risks here if they for themselves right now.
Yeah, that is fair. I thought they would still just full out commit for it, but no, they don't. They're still giving some type of respect to them here, as Moon also building the Wind Waker, so they're still itemizing very nicely too. The Wind Waker versus the Cataclysm, he's going to be able to save teammates versus the big kaboom as well, if something bad does end up happening, but yeah, it is Alliance and a humongous uphill battle versus
On his own here.
And now they're all healed back up, so back to the mid lane immediately.
Found S4, and he brought back for this. Buyback still on cooldown. He's out for 80. See if Undying want to go for the finishing blow right now. Tomato.
I wouldn't see why not.
17 hit.
Yeah, again, right, on Inspector again. Just almost flawless performance. And
Crushed
all
it.
3 lanes pushing in.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's gotta be so scary just to show your face for a second.
What have they got? They'll have FNG up in 5. No S4. The tier 4's crumbling. It's Alliance. They're going to try and hold. There's the jump though. The duel's in onto Limp. Jump forward as well from Tomato. Limp's out of the game. Nico Baby as well, dying through the BKB. As that'll be it. GG is called. Undying taking both games here against Alliance. And without a doubt, especially this game too, just looking like the better team today. Undying's performance here, especially when they play this sort of Tomato Spectre draft, it looks pretty unstoppable. I mean, it was that feeling sort of from 20 minutes onwards that was, Tomato's what, 5-1-3. He's not died. He's not dying anymore. They can't seem to find him. He's got his Ags, and it kind of seems like it's game over from that point. You just know from what we've seen from Tomato in previous games that he's going to be able to carry it pretty solidly.
Yeah, the macro game, the mid game from Undying just honestly looked really good. Looked better than some of the other teams that I've seen here. And Alliance, their mid game it's really crumbling. Like a lot of these team fights that they take, the locations that they take too, it's just, it's a bit questionable for sure. Because the big fight that ended up being really weird for them was the one around the Roche again this time around too, where Undying can just go back in there afterwards. But doozy of a series there for Alliance.
Yeah, well, there we have it. Undying indeed impressing as they have been on the other days. 2 more wins in the bags for Team Undying, and Alliance continuing to have a bit more of a struggle here in this series as it ends 2-0 for Undying.